Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's live stream on here. We're on Facebook and on YouTube. Great to have everyone here on the stream tonight. We've got live weather coverage this evening that we'll be providing here this evening. Joining me this evening is Rob Salso. We'll also be having some of our other team members on throughout the evening, but want to get right into it. Rob, welcome to the stream, sir. How you doing tonight?
Doing good, thank you. How are you doing?
Doing good, man. We've got a lot of active weather that we're talking about, so let's go ahead and dive right here into the radar. We have ongoing tornado warnings right now. We currently have two tornado warnings here on the board right now.
Now we just have one.
Okay, so that one just was expired. So yeah, here's this one tornado warning that we have. What are we looking at?
So we got a tornado warning for southeastern Ripley and southwestern Butler counties in Missouri till 6:30. This is going to be near the Naylor area or near Corning, moving northeast at 30 miles per hour. They actually just reported a funnel cloud over Naylor, so we might see a Tor R if we see more rotation here. So let's look at the rotation really quick. We got a decent structure here just on this little cluster that's coming in. Let's take a look at the velocity. I can see some rotation here right near Poplar Bluff, it looks like, just to the west side. So if you're near Cedar Valley, Poplar Bluff, even Loma Linda, you need to be in shelter at this time. This is going to be moving, like I said, to the northeast. So if anywhere in those areas, please be advised. A lot of lightning embedded into this.
Poplar Bluff is a highly populated area, so definitely folks in Poplar Bluff need to be taking their tornado precautions as well as the surrounding communities in that area. This storm does have a history of producing tornadoes as well. So we've got to. Looks like they just updated. I think they just trimmed it. Is what it's looking like. They trimmed that one county.
West Central Butler. So now it's radar indicated. So not on the ground, but this is gonna be 7 miles southwest of Poplar Bluff, moving northeast at 30. So take cover now if you're near this area here on the 67 corridor here.
Yeah, right there along US 67 there.
Yep. Southwest of Cedar Valley.
Yeah.
If I was in Cedar Valley, I'd definitely be thinking about taking shelter here soon. This will be heading toward your direction. Poplar Bluff, same as you.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to stay kind of just on the west side there, maybe. Basically going right along 67 there. I see that there are a couple different storm spotters that are out there on this storm right now. So definitely something we need to keep an eye on.
Got Eric Corin over here.
Oh, Eric's out there. Okay, yeah. He is one of ours out there, so I'm sure we'll hopefully be getting some video from him this evening. So, folks, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, be sure to hit that like button, like this video, share it with people, and be sure to subscribe so you can see all of our latest weather updates here on YouTube, or if you're also watching on Facebook, be sure to like our Facebook page. So Eric Corin is on that storm. So that is definitely something we're going to be keeping an eye on here. Jennifer McMahon, I also see out there, and Beretta Dare, they're in the Little Rock area. So
let's look down there where this new tornado warning is here near Nashville, Mineral Springs. So this one's going to be going for north central Hempstead, southeastern Howard County, till 6:45. Report quarter-size hail and a possible tornado near the area. If you're near Nashville or Corinth, you need to be in your shelter soon. Be advised. Let's take a look at that rotation. Yeah, I can see a little bit scared. New scan just came out. This is range folding.
Maybe try switching. What radar are you coming off of there, sir?
This is the KSRX. I believe that's Spring. I don't actually know. Okay, that's gonna be the Fort Smith radar. So Shreveport.
Yeah, Shreveport will probably be better for that.
Yeah, a little bit. Right there near Mineral Springs. A little bit north. This
Yeah, I
grayish
see that.
dark area right there.
Yeah, Mineral Springs, Nashville. This is also, folks, this is Nashville, Arkansas we're talking about here, not Nashville, Tennessee. Nashville,
Not
Arkansas. I just want to clarify that for our viewers.
Right. So we're keeping an eye on that. Let's see the back to reflectivity here. So yeah, that's gonna be moving to the northeast. Looks like. So Nashville, need to be looking out for that. Even like Murfreesboro, which is another city that's also not in Tennessee, that's in Arkansas. So need to keeping a close eye on that. We have a massive severe thunderstorm warnings as well. We have one that is trying to find the one I was looking at earlier. It said like golf ball size hail. Maybe that one downgrade, but we have plenty of severe thunderstorm warnings from Missouri, Arkansas. So that's what we're seeing right now.
Yeah, so definitely going to be a busy evening. Welcome to the live stream there. Thanks for tuning in there, Jay.
Welcome in.
So,
let's see if we have any new mesoscale discussions. We actually do have a new mesoscale discussion for, where's that going to be? That's going to be Kentucky. Threat for severe hail and damaging gusts persists over the weather watch area. That's currently out there right now. It looks like it's saying that the threat for severe hail and damaging gusts continues across the watch area. The threat is going to expected to diurnally wane, which means that the diurnal heating is going to be going away, going into the nighttime.
10-4. Yeah, so it's still going to be an interesting night. Obviously, with sun setting, things will change, but still have this cluster here in southwest Arkansas that we're keeping an eye on. So keeping an eye on that. Jason Cooley's kind of down in the Texarkana, just outside of Texarkana on that storm. Surprisingly, no one, I don't see any live streams right now of anyone in on that tornado warning storm that we have there.
A lot of lightning on the north side right here. See all that lightning?
Yeah, there's a ton.
A lot of lightning.
Yeah, Eric Corin, he is right there in, right on the edge there of this storm here, up there in the Poplar Bluff, Missouri area. So, definitely, I'm not sure if he's online right now. It would be great if we could get him in here. So,
Copy that. Take a look at the velocity really fast, see what it looks like. Oh yeah, right here, just to the west of Poplar Bluff, you can really see it right in this area.
Oh yeah.
Looks like they have a severe thunderstorm warning, so maybe we're getting like a right mover over here that's kind of moving toward this way. But we'll see what happens. I mean, this has been a very active few days, as every single day in April we've had at least a slight risk.
Yeah, it's been just nonstop. Just been completely nonstop. So, didn't hear from Eric Corin. If we're able to get him on here, folks, we definitely will. But he may be a little bit busy right now, out and about, covering these storms. So,
Copy that.
Well, definitely anything that he shares, be sure to check out our Facebook page, facebook.com/extreme weather videos. Give it a like. We'll be posting some pictures on there as we receive those. Also, you can email us or send us any pictures or videos. Just send them over to us. Use the hashtag EWVLive. We would love to get to share those out and get to see what you guys have been taking pictures and video of as well. Rob, I'm going to step away here for just a moment. I'll be right back. But folks, a lot of coverage. Rob's going to keep us covered. We'll also have Stephen, I'm sure, joining us here, and I'll be right back here in just a moment.
After that, thank you, Joey.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, guys. Well, like I said, we still have this tornado warning in effect. Let me turn this off really fast. Sorry about that. So we still have this tornado warning in effect, like I said, until oh, it looks like they just issued a continuation here. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we have. National Weather Service Paducah now has issued a tornado warning for northern Butler County until 7. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Poplar Bluff, moving northeast at 35 miles per hour. This is a tornado. They have reported a funnel cloud near Poplar Bluff. Be advised, if you're near Poplar Bluff or Fisk, as well as Rombauer, you need to be in shelter. Make sure you're taking cover. If we look at the rotation, it looks like it's just going to pass the north side of Poplar Bluff. I don't think Poplar Bluff will see a touchdown. If there is a confirmed tornado, I think it's going to pass more north here. Let's see, what city is this? This is going to be near the Hendrickson area in Missouri. So that's what we have here. Let's see if we have another tornado warning that we didn't cover. All right, so we have this one, Arkansas still. This one's going to be still near Nashville, Arkansas, Mineral Springs. So if you're in these areas, definitely make sure you're also taking shelter. Even southwest of Murfreesboro. Let's see, Locksburg, a little bit of rotation over there. So still keep an eye on all these storms. So make sure you guys are following us, making sure that you have multiple ways to receive weather alerts as we transition to the overnight tonight. Definitely going to be still keeping an eye on these storms. Looks like we have a storm with ping pong ball size hail up here in, looks like this is going to be in western Arkansas, southwest Arkansas. That's where that tornado warning was earlier. So let's take a look at that. Let's look at the vertically integrated liquid. Yeah, it looks like right here near Cato Gap. That's where that large ping pong size hail is going to be. So if you know somebody or you're living in Cato Gap, make sure you are warning them that there is a very large hail coming down on State Road 8 and State Road 24 in Cato Gap or Caddo Gap. So just a heads up on that. Let's see here. Let's go back to Missouri. So yeah, like I said, we're still keeping an eye on this. Looks like we have a new severe thunderstorm warning that also just came out. Let's see, this is going to remain in effect until 6:45 for south central Wayne and northwestern Butler counties. This is going to be near the Hendrickson area, like we just talked about here. They're reporting core-size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. That's where that tornado watch is going to be for until 10 p.m. So not only do we have this tornado warning to the southeast, we also have this strong wind coming in from this area. Where you see right here, we have that. Let me put this out here. We have that forward flank, a leading edge where you have this very strong wind coming out from the forward flank. That's going to be your front. So wherever that wind comes into, there's going to be a lot of wind gusts. A little bit of weather knowledge for you guys there. So make sure that you are staying safe. Oh, it looks like that was weird. My thing just went to a different website. Sorry about that, guys. So yeah, like I said, Poplar Bluff looks like to the north of you, you're going to have that rotation just past you here. Let me look at the other radars and see what they're saying. Right now, we're on the Paducah radar. Let's see the Springfield radar. Where's Springfield? I think Paducah is our best option right now. Maybe St. Louis? No, that's too far north. Yeah, Paducah radar is going to be our best option here as this moves to the east toward that area. So, but like I said, if you're near Loma Linda, Poplar Bluff, you need to be in shelter. So just giving you guys a heads up on that. And let's see here. Looks like we got a severe thunderstorm warning for Arkansas into Texas. It just came out a little bit here. This is going to be near the, let's see, that's going to be Douglasville area. That's going to be in Texas. The biggest threat here is going to be core size hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. So if you're near this area, it's just south of Redwater and Maud. That's where your heaviest hail. That's this pink area. So if you guys don't know, the higher DBZ is going to show your hail, your heavy rain, and that's where that hail core is going to be. So if you're anywhere, let me draw this out for you guys. In these areas, oh, that's red. Let me try a different color here. We'll do blue. If you're in any there in these blue areas, that's where your hail core is going to be. So that's going to be going over, parts of 59, parts of Alal, maybe Hartman, Redwater, possibly that northern part. I'm actually curious to see if these are splitting because there's 2 areas of hail. So let me see if that's the case here. Nope, this is gonna be this one large area of hail core, heavy hail coming down here, Knights Bluff Landing. A lot of lightning also embedded into these supercells. And we're gonna see a lot of that as the hail threat really consolidates into the wind threat overnight and the tornado threat. We got a little area right here that I'm keeping on. They actually just issued a severe thunderstorm warning for here. This is going to be for Miller, North Central Lafayette, North Central Marion, Central Cass counties, and Arkansas, Texas, till 10:15. This will be near Linden or 14 miles west of Atlanta, which is in Texas, not in Georgia. That's like the case what we were talking about earlier over there with Nashville and Arkansas. This has 6-mile-per-hour winds and core size hail. So we are seeing, it looks like 2 appendages. Let me see if there's any rotation. I mean, I could see a little bit here just west of Linden, but nothing to be too concerned about. That's going to be mostly a hail and wind event. We have any chasers? We have Muller, Coy Muller, Lopez, Ryan Lopez here. We got our Cotton. So, like I said, a lot of wind and hail driven supercells and clustering storms near this area north of Longview. Let's go check back at our. Looks like I think they just issued a new tornado watch. Let me check really fast if it's new or if that's just the counties are extended. No, that's just maybe the counties extend into that. So, actually, no, let's go over the watches we have right now. So you guys know what we have. So right now, we have a tornado watch for portions of southwest, central, and northern Arkansas, extreme northwest Louisiana, extreme southeast Oklahoma, and northeast Texas till 9 o'clock. The biggest threats are going to be several tornadoes and a couple likely in these areas. Widespread large hail and scattered very large hail up to 2.5 inches diameter likely, and scattered winds likely with significant gusts up to 75 miles per hour. With that surface front that we're seeing over here. And as we go more north into parts of Missouri, that's another discussion. This one's going to be for northeast Arkansas, extreme southern Illinois, western Kentucky, southeast Missouri, northern Mississippi, western middle Tennessee till 10 o'clock. Again, tornadoes likely, a couple of times possible, scattered damaging winds up to 75 miles per hour, and hail up to 2 inches. So, like I said, it's going to be a very busy night, it's looking like, for parts of Missouri, Arkansas, Mississippi, Kentucky, Tennessee, up to Illinois. So if you're any of these areas where these yellow boxes are, you need to be really keeping an eye on the weather tonight and overnight, as a lot of these expire around that time in the evening hours. Oh, look at that inflow right there near Poplar Bluff. So, like I said, we're keeping an eye on these storms here. We do have a new area rotation that just came up just near Hilliard. If you're in Hilliard, you need to be in shelter. Like I said, north side Poplar Bluff, you should be the area that needs to be concerned. If you're south of the I-60, you should be okay. Just should be some wind. Very moist outside. If you're going outside right now, Poplar Bluff, you notice it's very muggy, very warm. I'm sure the dew points are very high up there. But like I said, if you're near Loma Linda, you need to be in shelter. Rotation is just going to be right in this area. Let me circle that out for you. That's going to be your rotation. That's where your couplet's trying to form here. If this continues, we could see a confirmed tornado warning, but we are going to be keeping an eye on that. We don't have that right now. Let me see what it's actually saying here. So they have reported a falling cloud, like I said, near Poplar Bluff. So Poplar Bluff should be keeping an eye on this, even though the rotation's north of you. You're definitely going to be in that, forward flank area where this wind's going to be in. So just keep an eye on that. Like I said, Hilliard, Rombar, even to Wapapello, Star, Dale. These areas need to really be keeping an eye on this the next couple, next hour or so as we track this supercell. I mean, just look at that. Look at that inflow. right there. You got your rear flank downdraft over here. You have your updraft in there. So this does have the characteristics of a hook echo, which means if we have better rotation, we have a couplet trying to form. If they're seeing a funnel cloud, we could have this on the ground. So do not be surprised if they put out a confirmed tornado warning if this rotation continues to cycle through. So that is what we're watching right now. Looks like we have not had a new tornado warning since the one up in this area, so we're still keeping an eye, like I said. Your scan just came out. Let's take a look. The rotation's still there. Still north of Loma Linda. So if you're in Loma Linda or Hilliard, you're gonna have to be taking shelter now. I would say right now, just in case of a tornado or a funnel that comes down or a quick spin up. You need to be more safe than sorry. And new scan just came in. A rotation has fallen apart on this southern side. A little bit of rotation over here, don't get me wrong, but this southern side is starting to look less, of a couplet. We're starting to see some broadening of this rotation. So, good news here. Hopefully that means that the storm is weakening, but we still have this appendage. So, even if you don't see a tornado, you still need to be in shelter because we do have this tornado warning. So, they are seeing something that we are not on the radar. That does not mean there's nothing there. There is still rotation in this area, very broad, but there is still rotation, so need to be keeping an eye on that just in case it reforms. Let's go back on Arkansas. Let's see what rotation we have here. So there is some range folding. It looks like up here near Cato Gap, where this previous tornado warning was, I believe, we do have some broad rotation as well. I'm trying to find a different radar so I can show you guys better. I guess we can try Shreveport. It is very broad. So this one, I believe they might let expire. I'm pretty sure they will. If not, we'll keep you. Yep, it says it will expire at 6:45 p.m. So the tornado threat has diminished for that area, but large damage winds will remain likely. So if you are living in Mineral Springs and Nashville, you will have to. You can get out of your shelters, but please still be wary of the wind and the hail threat. So those of you who are in shelter in Mineral Springs and Nashville, for now, you can safely get out of your shelter. The tornado threat has diminished, but keep your guard up. Do not let it down. Still have more storms that are training. If we look down here, we have more storms that are coming up through, Arkansas, Texas. So just keep an eye on that. Let's go ahead and look back at that Missouri one really fast. And see what they're saying here. I mean, I'm still seeing possibly a couple of here, but radar is not picking up as good. So I would still stay in shelter, like I said. If I was in Rombar, I would still be taking shelter. It looks like we have another area rotation up here. I'm not sure if they're going to issue a tornado warning for that, but we are having a little bit of rotation up here near Lake Wapello. Oh, we got a new warning here. New tornado warning. This remains in effect till 7 for northeastern Butler. Is capable of producing a tornado near Poplar Bluff, moving northeast at 35. Half RSI sales in a tornado. They are reporting a funnel cloud now north of Poplar Bluff, so still a funnel cloud that they are reporting. This will be near Fisk in about 7 minutes. So if you are in Fisk or Rombauer, you need to be in your shelter. This tornado warning is still going for that county there. For northeastern Butler County in Missouri. This is in Missouri. It's just south, north and northeast of Poplar Bluff. So Poplar Bluff, I'm pretty sure you're going to be okay. You're just going to get some of that wind from the leading edge of that thunderstorm, but I would still be keeping an eye on this area where this rotation is. We have this area rotation here, and we have this area right here. So it is looking like it's broadening, but like I said, we'll keep you updated on that. Let's see what else we have. All right, so that tornado warning for Arkansas has expired. So we have now this tornado warning in Missouri. So there is your heads up on that. Looks like the hail core has shrunk a little bit. So this might not actually be a rotation. This might be just the hail core, but we'll see. Keep an eye on that here. Looks like we got some storms to the southwest of there. All right, we got a new severe thunderstorm warning. It just came out. This is for southeastern Stone, northwestern Independence, southeastern Izzard, and Sharp counties in Arkansas till 7:30. Severe thunderstorm was 7 miles southwest of Croker, or 9 miles southeast of Mountain View, moving northeast at 50. This is going to have 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. This is going to be near Zion, Cave City, Nelsonville, Ash Flat, Croker, Sandtown, Maxwell, Gid, Guyon, Stella, Alameen, Ballard, Pleasant Grove, Sitka, Evening Shade, Ayetna, Center, Marcella, Mount Pleasant, and Ben. If you're in those areas, be advised, they're saying 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. It looks like down here, looks a little interesting. Let's see on the, oh, okay. I see a little bit of broad rotation right there. Nothing too concerning right now. It's probably just from the hail, but looks like we do have some broad rotation just down there near Melrose. We'll have to keep an eye on that. No tornado threat though right now. We're just gonna have to keep an eye on that here. So let's go back to this. Oh, it looks like we got still this tornado warning on the board. Yeah, look at that. You saw that hook we had earlier? Let me show you in motion what I'm talking about. See how this like has a hooking feature, guys? This thing's still doing. Okay. So watch. See that? See that inflow? And then it cuts off right there. So that is good news at the yep, and looks like they're gonna let this expire, I believe. So they might let this expire if the rotation is broadening out. It looks like it is. Yeah, I mean there's a little bit here on the north side of Rosenbar and looks like northeast of Poplar Bluff, but I'm not seeing a whole lot of rotation. Let's look at the storm relative. Yeah, maybe a little bit right here in this green area, but it's very broad. So I think if you're in Poplar Bluff, it is safe to get out of your shelter. I think you're going to be okay. North side of Poplar Bluff, I would still watch out for that wind and that hail. If you're in Rombar, you need to continue to take shelter. Do not leave your shelter. This still has a little bit of broad rotation, so a tornado could be possible. This has a history of producing tornadoes and funnel clouds, so just a heads up on that. Just be wary. And look out for that. Looks like we got 2-inch hail right near here, near Texarkana. Let's take a look at that vertical integrated liquid. Oh yeah, right here, just south of Redwater in Texas. So if you're near west of 59, West 59 near Domino, you need to be watching out for that large 2-inch hail. Okay, now it's going to be moving to the north here. So if you're northwest of Domino, west of 59, you need to be watching out for that hail. Got some chasers over here heading toward the supercell. We got Chelsea Dahlman, and we got Brandon Clement, well-known chaser in that area now. He was actually intercepting a tornado earlier, and he, I believe he was actually Actually, no, that was Brandon Kopic. My apologies. That wasn't Brandon Clement. But yeah, Brandon Clement, very well known chaser. He's in the area, so he probably is going to be right next to that leading edge here, just east of Hartman. If you're in Hartman, I would have all your cars under a carport in a garage because that hail is coming down. So, yeah, there is that. Not seeing a whole lot of rotation, maybe a little bit that's broadening out, but it's mostly going to be hail and wind and some lightning. So, just be advised on that. Let's see, have any more SVRs? We have a new tornado warning. Let's take a look at that. New tornado warning. That's going to be in Arkansas. Oh, yeah, look at this. This is the one we were watching earlier that I was telling you guys to look out for west of Batesville. Let's see what they're saying for this. Wow, look at that hail shaft. Let's see here. This is going to be for southeastern Stone, northwestern Independence, southeastern Lazard, and southwestern Sharp counties in Arkansas till 7:30. This is going to be for near Coker, 12 miles east of Mountain View, moving northeast at 55 miles per hour. This is radar indicated. So the areas I was reading out earlier, including Cushman and Ash Flat and Pfeiffer, you need to be in your shelters. Take cover now. Let's take a look at that rotation. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So when I was saying I was in rotation, I was correct. So right here near Marcella and O'Neill. If you're in Marcella, O'Neill, Pleasant Grove, you need to be in your shelters. Let's take a look at the storm relative velocity here. Yeah, this area right here. This area needs to really be careful and north of it. So Cashman, need to be keeping an eye on this. Definitely need to be keeping an eye on this. And if you're in Cashman, especially if you're along that State Road 69 and 230 corridor. So just be keeping an eye on that. We do have a tail right here, inflow tail. So that is what we are watching right now. So hopefully you are taking shelter if you're in that area in Arkansas. We are taking a look at this here. We have a lot of hail on this northern side near St. James. Go ahead. So we're looking at this near north of St. James.
Hey guys,
Yeah,
I'm back.
Welcome back, Joey.
Thank you. So yeah, see the storm that you're taking a look at here. Wow, that looks pretty impressive.
This just got tornado warning just west of Batesville. Start seeing inflow tail here and some, rotation just near Pleasant Grove.
Yep.
Shelby Springs, Marcello, O'Neill. New scan just came out. It looks pretty broad, but it's still there. Definitely can see it.
It's radar indicator rotation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So if you're living in Colleytown, Cashman, Crocker, east of Wall Quarry, you need to be in your shelter. We also have another tornado warning that we were looking at earlier, still in Missouri there, Joey, that one we were watching before you had to go there. This one's really broadened out. Pleasant Grove, or not Pleasant Grove, Papa Bluff did not take a direct hit, but the north side near Hilliard from that rotation did. It never went tour warm, but there was a reported funnel near Hilliard in north of Papa Bluff.
Wow. So funnel on that one. Yeah, hasn't touched down.
Thankfully, Papa Bluff did not get a touchdown or any of the rotation, except for maybe some of the wind from the forward flanking downdraft. But that's about it.
Well, that's good. So they've had a ton of tornadoes there.
The rotation is really broadening out. I wouldn't be surprised if they let this expire. I mean, it's still there, but it's very broad. So maybe a little bit here near Wapapello, but it's broadening out, looks like. What do you think?
Oh, yeah, it is. Can you play that back real quick?
Yes, I can. We were actually just looking at that earlier because I was showing them how the hook looked. Here we go. There it is.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
First area.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really broadened out. So, we'll see what happens here.
All right, we're gonna add our Facebook stream because I didn't realize that I didn't have it on. So I'm gonna go live on Facebook as well. All right, good evening, everyone. Once again, if you're just now joining us here on YouTube or Facebook, we are looking at ongoing severe weather here across portions of Arkansas this evening. We've got multiple warnings that are currently active. We did have this storm that we're looking at, Rob, I believe you just mentioned earlier that we had a report of a funnel cloud on this, and it still has a pretty good hook on it. So definitely could be cycling. Yes. So that is definitely something we are going to be keeping our eye on here in the next 20 minutes. Still has, broad rotation, new little area of rotation. They're kind of north of where you just drew that circle. It looks like potentially trying to develop as well. So that's something we are definitely going to be keeping our eye on here.
Definitely. So we're keeping an eye on that. Like Joey was saying, we did have a reported fall just north of Papa Bluff a little bit ago, probably about 30 minutes ago, 25 minutes ago. So, yeah, we're keeping an eye on this here. We also have a tornado warning for Arkansas, right here near Cashman. Oh, look at that rotation now, Joey. Right Pleasant Grove and Marcelo looks pretty good there. Yeah, if you're near Cashman, you need to definitely be in your shelter. Colleytown as well. I think this is going to go right between Colleytown and Cashman. And I think they'll both get the flank of this Tor-Warren storm if it keeps going that way.
Yeah, it's going to come really close to there.
Mm-hmm. I've realized I've been saying the same wrong. I've been saying the same wrong. It is not Cashman, it is Cushman. My apologies, guys. Kind of hard to tell the U from the A sometimes from this angle, but Cushman. Arkansas, not Cashman.
Close enough. Some of these, when we're doing this severe weather coverage, you're trying to determine pronunciations and stuff like that, kind of on the fly, and it honestly sometimes can get a little tricky. So that is definitely something that sometimes can
Let's take a look at this
get a little hard
here, because I know so they were reporting in this hail core, I believe they said, a golf ball size hail. So let's take a look at that.
Inch and a quarter size hail on that.
That is a big area of the VIL.
Yeah.
So anywhere in this
pretty big hail core.
Purple pink area is your heavy precipitation. That is heavy golf ball size hail coming down. So it's not light. It's coming down pretty hard there.
Yes, sir. That it is.
A lot of it. So if you're any in these purple areas, this is not rotation. Don't be confused. This is the hail shaft of the supercell here. So Crocker, Wall Quarry, Lafferty. It's probably going to be closer to Lafferty now because it's moving a little bit quicker than it was before. So Lafferty need to be really watching out for that.
Yeah, so we currently have these 2 tornado warnings. So
yes, sir.
Yeah,
Arkansas,
this one,
Missouri.
Yep, 1 in Arkansas, 1 in Missouri, which is right in that moderate risk area that they posted for today. So
that's warranted.
Yeah, SPC definitely kind of on top of it again. And I know you did you review the Outlook area, the updated SPC Outlook? I know you went over the watches and stuff like that, but if not, I'll share
go ahead. I have not shared that yet.
So just for our viewers, so when we're talking about these different risks, this may be, maybe this is one of your first streams that you've been on here with us, so we do welcome you to our live stream. But basically what we have here is transitioning here. This is the Outlook area. So you can see it's kind of color coded. So the dark green is our marginal risk area. And then we have the yellow is the slight risk area, level 2. The orange area here is our enhanced risk area. Once you get to enhanced risk area, that's where you start having some more of that more significant severe weather. And then this red shaded area that you see here on this map, this is our moderate risk area. I'm going to turn off the spotter beacons real quick, kind of make this a little bit cleaner for you guys here watching. So you can see basically that moderate risk today extends here from extreme northeast Texas near the Texarkana area, 3 parts of southeast Oklahoma, all the way up through much of central and northern Arkansas here into southeastern Missouri, and even near the very far northwestern portion of Tennessee. So that's kind of what we have. And then this here, you can see we have 2 different tornado warnings that Rob's been talking about. So Rob, I'm going to toss it back over to you to give us an update on those warnings.
The one in Missouri just expired, so that one is going to be done. And we knew it was going to be because the rotation was broadening out. So.
Oh yeah, it did just expire. Yep.
Now we have this one in Arkansas. So if you're near Cushman, you need to be in your shelter. Rotation is going to be kind of right here near New Hope and Bethesda.
Yeah, Bethesda. Yes, sir.
So if you're near those areas, you should
this is just north of Batesville. Basically, going to be crossing State Road 69 there. Here, probably in the next 5 minutes or so, I'd say. So, yeah, definitely Cushman. You're in the highest risk area, and then eventually, probably, I think Mount Pleasant's going to get a lot of hail from this particular storm. You're basically right in the hail core right now there in Mount Pleasant. Yeah, so you just got the update.
This hasn't updated yet, but it
will
soon.
So Mount Pleasant going to be getting that golf ball size hail likely there, and Cushman with the greatest tornado risk over there.
That's a big city in Arkansas.
Yeah. Also Sandtown. Keep an eye on Sandtown. That's kind of east northeast of Cushman. And then eventually going up here toward Cave City. And that is a fairly populated town there as well. They're in Cave City. So Cushing, Cave City, Sidney, Evening Shade, all of these areas here are at risk. So yeah, now basically just coming through Cushman as we take a look at this. Let me flip back over here.
There it is.
Yeah, it's basically just on the south side of Cushman. Flip back over to the velocities there, Rob. Because that.
Look at that.
Yeah, it's basically just right over the Cushman area, just south of there maybe. Again, this is just radar indicated rotation right now. We do not have anything confirmed on the ground, but the velocity signature is definitely starting to look strong. Yeah, wind is going to be a huge thing. So if you live on the south side of Cushman here along Highway 69, just be mindful that this is basically moving into your area right now, and will probably be moving to the west side of Sandtown here. So here's a closer look at the here's a closer look at the velocities that we're looking at here. So you can see it's basically here just south of Cushman, and then up here is Mount Pleasant. And if we draw this out, let's go that way.
It's definitely not your classic, like, conversion couplet, but it's trying.
Yeah, I mean, basically your strongest air rotation's right in there, and this guy's
Gotcha.
kind of headed up this direction that you can see
Yeah,
there.
it's gonna be on the east side of Cushman, I think.
Yeah, exactly. But not a whole lot here between Cushman and Sandtown as far as
It's very broad.
that goes. But that's our current active tornado warning that we have on the board.
See if there's any
I
vertical.
forgot that they've actually added a lot of new warnings. So they've added like gale warnings and some other things.
Oh wow! I
Yeah,
didn't know that.
yeah. For the plus subscribers,
All right.
they've added all
I might
these.
I might be getting that actually.
Yeah. So I'm actually gonna turn these off because this literally just released. I think today is when they released
playback
all
speed
this.
up a little bit.
So,
Yeah.
There we go.
Velocity unit, mile per hour.
Oh yeah,
Volume
now it's
changes.
northeast of Cushman. That rotation's definitely moved to the northeast now.
Yeah, copy that. Definitely. Right there, in that little area.
Well, I might leave the watches off for now. So yeah, we're currently at
So-
1 tornado warning and 9 severe thunderstorm warnings.
Let's kind of talk about like the thermodynamics. We should be getting a strengthening low-level jet and some type of congealing, right, Joey?
Yeah, let's kind of take a look at the HRRR real quick, and we can kind of actually get to see
what's
that.
going on.
Yeah.
From more of
So
a thermodynamic and atmospheric standpoint.
let's pull this up.
So yeah, guys, there's kind of like two parts of radar. There's the part in real time, and then there's future. So like right now you're seeing storms, but we also have to look at what's coming up to see what we're expecting for the rest of the night. Because we have 120 warning, but we can have possibly more. We have watches that go out for 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, midnight, possibly even. So we're just gonna check, see what we got going on the next couple hours here in the mesoscale time frame.
Yes. So let's flip over here to this view here. Let me get.
Are you live on your end, or are you just showing it on your stream there?
I am. That's what you see on the stream is what's live there, Rob.
Okay, cool. No, I'm saying like, are you streaming on Discord as well, or just on the live stream?
On both.
Oh yeah, copy that.
All right, so here is what we have. Let's kind of come in here. We'll move into our region here, which is basically the south central U.S. And we'll kind of come down here to severe weather. And let's take a look here at our low-level shear, 0 to 1 kilometer, as Rob was mentioning. So this is the newest run that's kind of come in. So this is basically within the last hour. So you can see here, yeah. So I mean, if we look here across Arkansas, right now we've got a 30 to 40 knot low level, kind of better up here in northern Arkansas, even up to 50 knots of bulk shear of 0 to 1 kilometer. But you kind of see it increase here as we go forward in time a little bit there, especially here into portions of southeastern Missouri, getting up closer to 55 knots. And you can see this low-level jet basically streaming in right here across Louisiana up here into Arkansas. So really the next couple hours, we're going to see this kind of maximize here near the triple point right here across the Arkansas-Missouri border. 60 knot, 55, 60 knot low-level jet in places. And then we can also take a look at our lapse rates, kind of seeing how those are changing over time as well. And a little bit of a steepening lapse rates Not a ton, but a little bit over the next 3 hours or so. So that's something to keep in mind. Now, obviously, as the sun sets, we'll see, these Cape values here start to diminish here.
Yeah.
So we have some pretty high Cape here up in northeast Arkansas. Obviously, behind the front, everything's pretty much completely cleared out. So in the next 1 to 2 hours, we're going to see, some of these 4,000 Cape values kind of start to diminish there across northeast Arkansas. But
I was seeing up. Yeah.
you'll see a little bit of a slight still holding on here in portions of southeast and south central Arkansas. So that is going to be something we're going to have to keep our eye on here as we go through the next couple hours. Let's see what the Storm Prediction Center's what they're saying here. So yeah, you talked about that mesoscale discussion here. Again, this is just showing that stationary front here across basically it's draped across the Tennessee-Kentucky border. So, there might be a few storms that kind of pop up here in portions of Kentucky, but again, main threat's going to be just some damaging wind gusts. Maybe some large hail. Can't rule out an isolated tornado up there, but definitely overall, the main concern still remains here in much of Arkansas with this tornado watch. Again, that goes here for another about 2 hours till 9 p.m. Central Time. So.
It looks like we have a new tornado warning here.
I'm going to flip it back over to you, Rob.
Yeah, that's that same superstar we've been watching. It looks like it's starting to recycle here. We got this inflow notch right here, man. That's going to be some warm air to the updraft. So if that gets on, we'll see the rotation here. Actually, hold on.
Yeah, look at that. It also, do you see this? Baseball size hail reported on this storm.
Oh yeah,
as well.
Let's see the VIL.
So
Wow. Look at that's a giant VIL ball.
Yep.
Not a debris ball, it's a VIL ball. So yeah, there's baseball size hail. This warning is for, let's just see what area it's for. Southern Bollinger, history in these areas of tornadoes in the last few days actually. Northwestern Scott, East Central Wayne, Southwestern Cape Girardeau, and North Central Stoddard counties until 8 o'clock. This will be capable of producing a tornado 7 miles west of Advance, moving northeast at 40. Like we said, baseball-size hail. This is radar indicator rotation. So if you're near Advance and Leopold around 7:15 p.m., getting in shelter in the next 3 minutes until that time frame. And then we got Delta around 7:25, Bollinger Mill State, Gordonville, Burfordville, and Dutchtown at 7:35, and Jackson around 7:40. Also, Zalma, Allenville, and Whitewater. So take cover if you're in those areas, not just a tornado threat, but the baseball-size hail.
Yeah, 2 3/4 inch hail on that. So that is definitely pretty intense.
Yeah. If you're in Sank or Schlotitz, you need to be in shelter just for the hail. And then obviously for rotation, if you're in Greenbrier, Advanced, Brownwood, Grand Branch in the next few minutes, Green Cox. If you're in any of those areas, definitely be in shelter. This is very dangerous.
Yeah, this one definitely is. I wouldn't be surprised if this is one that could put down a tornado at any moment. I mean, when we're looking at this couplet here, we can see, yeah, exactly. It is very, very strong, just west of Advance. So Greenbrier, Brownwood, Advance, those areas. North of Toga, right along Road 91 there. So that area there is really what we were talking about just when we were looking at those Cape values there across southeast Missouri, just still really excessively high. This is exactly the kind of environment that these storms can thrive in. So definitely something
so that's what we're watching.
To keep our eye on.
Let's look at the echo top. See how much convection's been building up. I mean, yeah, that's and about 50,000 feet, 55. That is, yeah, those tops are very high. Cumulonimbus, anvil cloud, no joke. So that's what we're seeing, and we're going to continue to see that for these areas in the moderate and the enhanced risk, where that cap has really broken the last 4 or 5 hours ago.
Yeah, this one here, again, Cape Girardeau, definitely needs to keep a very close eye on this storm because that is going to come very close to the Cape Girardeau area.
Grand Shillings over there.
Yeah, so Whitewater, Allenville, all these areas, Gordonville. Oh, yeah, look at that new scan that just came in. Check this out, Rob. Let me switch this.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, this thing's, Advance is basically right western side of Advance here on Road C, just crossing that area.
Yeah, if you're in Advance, you need to be in shelter.
Yeah, Advance over to Greenbrier if you live anywhere in there. This thing's going. I mean, this is the other thing too, Rob. I'm going to say, sometimes when we're looking at this, this is actually could be like a couple minutes delayed, so you have to be forward thinking when we're looking at these velocity scans because this is not instantaneous. Yeah, so Dongola, Drum, Glennon, you need to be in your tornado shelters at this time. If you don't have a tornado shelter, you need to be in the interior room of your house, away from windows and doors. Put as many walls between you and the outside of your house. Have a way to protect your head, whether that's being, under a sturdy object or in a closet or just whatever you can to do to protect yourself from flying debris, as this is likely on the ground. Yeah, not seeing any evidence yet, but still, just how strong this rotation is. This is definitely one to take seriously. And every tornado warning needs to be taken seriously.
New scan just
Yep,
Advance is coming right toward Advance.
Yeah, it's just on the west-northwest side there. Rum Branch, Green Cox. Here along Road Double N, Highway Road 91, 25, this whole area here in southeast Missouri. And again, this is eventually going to be tracking up here toward the Cape Girardeau area. Not in that tornado warning yet, but it is just off to your west at this time. So this is a very serious situation. Looking at the reflectivity, we can see that, there is definitely a notch, inflow notch on this. You have your tail. Yeah, exactly. On this as well. Again, not seeing any indications of a tornado or debris being lofted at this time in the Advance area. But when we're looking at our velocity signature, no question about that with this particular storm. Extremely strong rotation. Regardless if there's a tornado or not, likely going to be getting some very significant winds, potentially downburst winds with this storm as well. So that is, sometimes those can be just as strong as a tornado. These straight line downbursts, microburst winds, those can easily exceed 100, 120 miles per hour as well. So
what's the wind right there in that blue speck? Yeah, that's like 45, 56 miles per hour. So if you're in that inflow, you're going to be feeling some really strong winds from that updraft. Yeah, if I was in Toga, I'd be in shelter already. And we're across Highway 25. From Highway C to Highway 25, you really need to be in shelter. It's not on the ground, but it could produce a tornado. It has a history of producing funnel clouds, so...
Yeah, this could drop one at any minute. So definitely keeping a close eye on that.
Yeah, it's It's not a long track tornado, but it's a long track. Oh, new
Yeah,
scan just came in.
and there's also a
Look
new
at that.
tornado warning. While we're tracking this, we have a new tornado warning that just came in about 2 minutes ago. This is back in Arkansas. You can keep kind of tracking on what you're tracking there, Rob. I'll read it out.
Okay.
This is for northwestern Clark County, northeastern Pike County, southwestern Garland County, west central Hot Spring County, and southeastern Montgomery County. There in western and southwestern Arkansas. That goes till the top of the hour, till 8 p.m. Central. Right now, this is just radar indicator rotation, but this is right now located near Amity, about 18 miles northeast of Murfreesboro. It's moving northeast at 40 miles per hour. So that is a new tornado warning there. Again, this is southwest of Hot Springs, Arkansas. Hot Springs is basically just on the western edge of this warning.
Yep.
So definitely going to be keeping an eye on that as well. And then
look at that couplet.
Yeah, that's that one up there in Missouri that Rob's showing you guys. We'll come down to the one here in near Hot Springs. Rob, can we quickly flip over to that Hot Springs? Yeah, that one right there.
Oh.
So yeah, this one is definitely beginning to look a little concerning as well. So we really have two. This is again just northwest of Amity, Arkansas. This is here in west central Arkansas.
Rosboro needs to be.
Yeah, Jennifer McMahon is just south of Little Rock, Arkansas. So keeping an eye on her. Looks like she's traveling on 30. So keep an eye and see if she kind of gets over toward Hot Springs, but probably not, depending on where she goes. That'll kind of determine that.
Oh, new scan. Looks like it's broadened out a little bit.
Yeah, it definitely has
Maybe
a little bit.
A little bit right here. Near Seeger and Welsh.
Yeah, we also have some severe thunderstorms. These are non-tornado warnings, but for the Springfield, Missouri area, downtown Springfield, Missouri. Let me show you this real quick. So just be mindful. These storms here, do have some large hail, about 1.25 inches. So that's coming into the downtown Springfield area. So if you're out in Springfield, maybe having dinner or something like that, just be mindful that we've got some severe weather about to move into the downtown Springfield area. There's a look at the hail potential on that storm. Western half, I would say, of Springfield. Maybe more in line for some of the stronger hail with this particular storm.
West Billings needs to be mindful if they're driving.
Yeah. Let's come back to our Cape Girardeau tornado. This warning, again, continues here for about another 7 minutes. Actually, no, they just issued a new tornado warning. This is now an observed tornado, Rob. The Cape Girardeau tornado. This has now been weather spotters confirmed along Highway 91 in advance. So, yes, what we were just talking about, this is a confirmed tornado. This storm also has baseball-sized hail. So, this tornado should be moving through Delta and Leopold right now at about 7:25 Central. It'll then be moving up here toward Chaffee around 7:30, and then up toward Gordonville and Dutchtown around 7:35. and then Jackson around 7:40. So again, this is confirmed. This is confirmed now, just here on the north side of Advance. So
Look at that.
yeah, this is definitely weather spotters confirmed. Let's see if we see anything. Not seeing anything indicative on the correlation coefficient yet. But again, we do know this is a weather spotters confirmed tornado. Very, very strong rotation in a prime environment at this time. So definitely need to keep a close eye on this. Keep that zoom on there, Rob.
Stephen Wildcheese on it. Yeah, I will.
Yeah, so again, this is a tornado is on the ground right now. So if you are in these areas, you need to be underground seeking shelter at this time. Also, this storm has a massive hail core on it. So if you're in Drum, Glennon, up toward Whitewater, Allenville, all those areas, be expecting some extremely large hail up toward Clippard and Crump. Yeah, go ahead.
I just got a tornado report in Vance in Starr County by Transpire. They have reported that tornado on Highway 91. This came out about 7 minutes ago.
Yeah, that's this exact storm that we're looking at here.
Yep.
So, yep,
Just
Vance and Advance that whole region. So this is serious.
Rum Branch, definitely if you're in Rum Branch, you need to be in
Yeah,
shelter.
it's basically going through the Rum Branch community right now, probably past just north of Hickory Ridge, and then eventually up here probably toward Allenville. So if you're in Rum Branch, Hickory Ridge, Allenville, you need to be, even I would say Whitewater, definitely need to be seeking your tornado precautions. Drum, you'll likely get some RFD winds out of this, rear flank downdraft winds. Again, those can be very strong, sometimes up to 80 miles per hour. It's sometimes even stronger. So this is a very serious situation that we have ongoing right now. This is all southwest here of Cape Girardeau, Missouri, heading up here toward Interstate 55, still southwest of Interstate 55. Rob, if you could zoom out a little bit for us on that velocity scan. Can we go back to velocity? Yeah. Zoom. Yeah, perfect. So there you can see where Cape Girardeau is. Not included in this warning, but just outside. And this, again, going to be heading up through those communities and then up here toward the Whitewater and Allenville area. So, again, need to be taking those tornado precautions at this time if you live in these areas.
Yes, I agree. Definitely also have multiple ways to receive alerts overnight. We could have tornadoes anywhere in this area, enhanced, moderate, even in the slight areas. So, you never know.
Yeah, these tornado watches, again, still in effect here for another hour and a half, I believe.
So if you're south of Advance, like south of 91, you should be okay to come out of shelter.
Yeah, it's crossed north of 91 now, probably passing just on the north side of Hickory Ridge and coming into Allenville. Yeah, there's the new scan. Yeah, Hickory Ridge should be rolling through there here right about now in the next minute to two. Allenville, you're probably about 5 minutes from it coming into the Allenville Delta area here on Road N. This thing's basically trucking right along parallel with Highway 25 here, and we'll be crossing Road N here shortly. So definitely be seeking those tornado precautions at this time if you live in these areas.
For sure. Yeah. It looks like it's broadening out a little, but not too much.
Yeah, even with a tornado, if it's cycling a little bit, regardless, we still have this massive baseball-sized hailstorm ongoing as well. Whitewater, likely getting in on a lot of this hail. Let me flip back over here
Where
to.
you see that lightning on the north side of the updraft, that's where that hail is going to be.
Yeah,
In the base,
exactly.
north of the base.
Yeah, so really from Whitewater, in between Whitewater and Clippard, up here toward Crump, that's where some of the hail is going to be kind of falling at this time. This is likely as well a rain wrap tornado here, getting a little bit enshrouded in the rain here. Still a decent little inflow notch right in here. Again, this is now coming right up, about to cross Highway N here, just on the western side or northwest side of Hickory Ridge. Allenville, you are right in the bullseye line for this area of rotation. Again, this has been a Weather Spotters confirmed tornado with this storm here in southeast Missouri. Yep, there it goes. Hickory Ridge probably just took, if it is still on the ground, probably just took a near direct hit from this tornado. But again, like Rob was saying, that rotation, we're starting to see a little bit more of a broader rotation, not as tight of a couplet, but still very strong rotation around the Hickory Ridge, Cliff, and Arbor area here along 25.
Yeah, copy that. I think we just got a new warning. I'm not too sure, actually.
Yes, they did. They just updated the warning. So this is... the storm has recently produced a tornado near advance and could produce a tornado at any time. The tornado warning remains in effect till 8 p.m. for east central Bollinger, northwestern Scott, southwestern Cape Girardeau, and northeastern Stoddard counties there in Missouri. So again, hail is down though. Hail's down to $half size. So that's good. But again, this is going to be near Delta, Chaffee, Gordonville, and Dutchtown around 7:35 here. So in the next few minutes, and then moving up toward Jackson by 7:45. So if you live in those areas, be mindful that this is heading in that direction. It does look like it is going to stay west of Cape Girardeau, which is good, because that's a highly populated area here with Southeast Missouri State University and the medical center and everything like that. So, but again, Cape Girardeau definitely need to keep your eye on this storm here off to your southwest, because we know with these cells, they don't just like a hurricane, Rob. They don't travel always in a straight line. They could start becoming more right movers or left movers, really at any given time, depending on the interaction. But at least right now, Cape Girardeau, I think you're going to be okay. But Jackson here in Missouri, definitely still in the line of fire with this massive supercell storm. We also do have this other tornado warning, remember, coming here into Hot Springs. I don't want to lose sight of this because this one also had pretty strong rotation. The rotation's not looking as strong as right now, but again, here in Mount Moriah area, right here along US 70, Mount Moriah up to Parsi, here toward Chandler, all these areas definitely need to be keeping an eye on this storm. It does look like it is going to stay probably past west of Hot Springs and come up here toward Mountain Pine, Arkansas. So definitely something we got to keep our close eye on.
10-4.
All right, Rob, I'm going to toss the screen back over to you, sir.
Yeah, so like I said, it's looking like welcome in, Steven. Looks like a very busy evening. Oh, and that tornado warning just went off the board, so now we just have the one here. Wow.
Oh yeah, near Cape Girardeau.
Yeah. It looks like, I don't know, man. Let me see this in motion. Hold on.
I do think it is going to stay west of Cape Girardeau. Unless it hangs a hard right, but it is traveling
Yeah.
more northeasterly than easterly, which is the good news for Cape Girardeau at this time.
Yeah. Probably, yeah, see that goes more north than east, so we'll have to see. I don't know, that's gonna be pretty close, Joey.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be close.
Definitely Western Cape Girardeau needs to watch out.
Yeah, if you're in a western suburb, any really along Interstate 55 there, anywhere along Interstate 55 is going to need to be monitoring this extremely closely.
New scan just came out. And it's kind of moving east a little bit again. Just a little bit.
Yeah, we'll have to. I think they'll probably issue a another tornado warning here for that storm
Yeah.
shortly,
We'll know then.
and we'll know if Cape Girardeau does get placed under that tornado warning. I would imagine that it probably will be in that tornado
Yeah.
warning, but maybe on the
Yeah.
southeastern side of whatever new warning that NWS ends up putting out.
Look at that lightning coming up.
Yeah, that's a ton of lightning. Ton of light. Just shows you the power, how much energy that this storm is producing.
Yeah. Lobster, all those lobster rates and moisture advection that we've seen all day in Arkansas and now Missouri. It's just, yeah. You need moisture to have lightning, so.
Yes, exactly. You do. If
But
you're
you can,
if you're
but you
watching
can,
on Facebook or YouTube, definitely feel free to hop in the live chat, guys. We're monitoring that. If you have any questions on anything, or if you know anyone, definitely let them know. Share this video with them. Send it to them over text. Drop a link to them. If you know anyone that lives in the Cape Girardeau, Missouri, or those surrounding communities, give them a heads up. A large confirmed tornado on this storm heading in that direction right now.
oh, now it's radar indicated. This has recently produced tornado events, so it is still radar indicated, but you still need to treat this as it could be on the ground because it's recycling rapidly. So, got to see. It's definitely gonna be interesting to see what happens here in the next 25-30 minutes.
Yeah. That tornado warning that was down near Hot Springs has also been canceled. Just an update there. So
Copy that.
they are now just under a severe thunderstorm warning down there.
If you're
So
in Delta, if you're in Delta, you should already be. It looks like it made a hit in Delta, from what I'm seeing. Maybe southeast of Allenville between
yeah,
Delta.
yeah,
Smith
Delta
area.
pretty much went right over there.
If you're in Cedar Cliffs, Dutchtown, even cost A, 7425, you need to be in shelter. Blowmeyer, west side of Blowmeyer, definitely be in shelter. So we'll see what happens, man.
That's
Hopefully it
gonna
doesn't
come
make an eastern
close.
turn.
That's gonna come close to Cape Girardeau. It's definitely
Yeah.
kind of taking a jog to the right, which is not good news for
No.
Cape Girardeau. Again, especially given the
It's not.
parameter space that it's moving into. I mean, basically southeast Missouri there is where I was seeing northeast Arkansas, southeast Missouri. I was seeing that 3,500 to some places close to 4,000 joules of Cape, and also the strongest
Yeah.
low-level wind shear is up in that area as well, close to 50 to 60 knots, 0 to 1 kilometer winds.
Copy that. Yeah, we're just gonna have to really keep an eye on this thing and see what happens here. So hopefully, if you're in Cape Girardeau, you keep an eye on this as much as we are. I mean, don't take shelter quite yet, but definitely be watching this and be on guard.
Yeah, be ready to move in the next 15 minutes, I'd say 10, 15 minutes. We should
Have
know.
know your tornado plan. Start practicing it just in case. Your tornado drills, all that.
Yeah.
Make sure you have all your, everybody that's in your area that's watching this and making sure that you keep an eye on this because it might, just make that eastern turn that we don't want to see. But you never know with these tornadoes that
Yeah,
they can do.
if you're in Dutchtown, though, you need to be taking your tornado precautions because this thing's rolling in
Yes.
probably right about now, in all honesty. Again, radar scans typically are sometimes 3 to 4 minutes behind actual real time. So when we're looking at these radar scans, we have to be forward thinking as meteorologists that what we see now is not where it actually is in real time because these scans only update about every 4 minutes. So we
there's a
have
delay.
Yeah, exactly. So Dutchtown's probably about to be getting hit here in the next minute to two. You can see that lightning update there, ton of lightning there in the Dutchtown and Gordonville area. And now it's just knocking on their doorstep basically.
Look at that rotation.
So yeah, Dutchtown and Cedar Cliffs and Chaffee. Yeah. Oh, Chaffee's going to get the yeah. Well, they'll actually end up getting they'll get some of the forward flank downdraft, but potentially a little bit of rear flank downdraft once it moves off to the north side of it. But yeah, Dutchtown is definitely you need to be in your safe space. Wouldn't you agree there, Stephen?
Yeah, for sure. Sorry, I'm just trying to get all caught up.
Well, thankfully, we only have one tornado warning right now, which is the one we're covering. And then we also have 8 severe thunderstorm warnings. And pretty much all of the severe thunderstorm warnings are for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and $half to nickel size or quarter size hail. So pretty standard across the board with those. They'll probably...
Would you say this... Go ahead, sir.
I was going to say they're probably about to issue a new tornado warning on this potentially here, I'd say, in the next few minutes.
I wouldn't be surprised if they include, like, Nash.
There it is.
Cape
New
Girardeau
tornado
West
warning just issued. Yep. Yeah, so that does include Cape Girardeau. So this goes for an hour. Again, this is still radar indicator rotation, but it does have a history of producing those tornadoes. So, Rob, I'm going to let you go ahead and read that out for us, and I'll have the radar while you're reading it out.
Yep. So we have a tornado warning now for southwestern Union, northwestern Alexander, northwestern Scott, and southern Cape Girardeau counties in Missouri till 8:30. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Dutchtown near Chaffee, moving northeast at 40 miles per hour. This is a tornado hazard with quarter-size hail. This is radar indicated, but this does have a history of producing tornadoes and could produce one at any time. This will also be near Jackson, Gordonville, Cape Girardeau, Scott City, Dutchtown, and Cape Girardeau Airport around 7:45, so the next really 3 minutes. Ware around 8:05 at Anna and Jonesboro around 8:10. Other locations include Mill Creek, Whitewater, East Cape Girardeau, and Allenville. This includes Interstate 55 between mile markers 90 and 101. Take cover now if you're in the area.
Yeah,
wow,
so
look at that rotation.
I know. It's
that,
definitely strengthened up a little bit. Yeah, Dutchtown's taking it. Flip back over.
That's the conversion couplet.
Mm-hmm. Flip back over to the reflectivity. I'm sure this is probably rain wrapped, if there's anything.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
Look at
Yeah,
that.
Joe. Even the warning says down at the bottom that it may be rain wrapped because of the heavy rain.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely.
Look at that. Look at that cluster.
Yeah, it's all HP. Very much
HP.
so.
Oh, we got a new scan on that. Let me see if we got not quite yet, but yeah. That's the thing, too, is that these are dangerous because we're getting into the nocturnal hours, and it's hard to see tornadoes already at night. But then we have these rain-wrapped tornadoes that are even harder to see, so the lightning is the only thing you're going to have to see this tornado.
Yeah, it's definitely dark there by now. I mean, it's...
New scale came in, looks a little better in terms of rotation for not being as good, but still has rotation right there. So
yeah.
A little bit of range holding over down here, but you can still see it.
Yeah, that's coming off of the Paducah radar.
St. Louis radar.
So, basically coming through Dutchtown.
Yeah, it's already.
If you live near the Dalhouse Golf Club west of Interstate 55 there on the east side of Dutchtown, those communities, probably need to be taking your tornado precautions at this time. And this is eventually going to come up here, unfortunately, toward the southwestern side of Cape Girardeau. I mean, it's kind of on track pretty much to go right over Cape Girardeau. So hopefully it'll kind of cycle and weaken, and we don't get a resurgence with this storm as it approaches Cape Girardeau. But definitely here on the southwest side, west of Interstate 55, between Dutchtown and Cape Girardeau, all these communities in those areas definitely need to be taking tornado precautions.
I gotta step away for a couple minutes. Just gotta take care of something, but I'll have this up still.
Okay, I'll flip over to mine. So, yeah, again, this is pretty serious. It's coming into the greater Cape Girardeau area. Definitely concerning. Also, go ahead, Stephen.
I was going to say, if you look at the specific differential, you can see the rotation on there.
Oh, yeah. For sure. Yep. So, yeah, it's just kind of on the northeast side there of Dutchtown. Let me clear this off. So, right in here, yeah. So, definitely concerning with that. Yep. So this is now just probably on the east side of Dutchtown, approaching Interstate 55, likely about to be crossing Interstate 55 and coming into the Cape Girardeau area here in the next 5-10 minutes, basically. So there's that golf course that I was mentioning. So here in Cape Girardeau, this is... Okay, well, there's a new scan, so looking a little bit weaker on that, which is good news. But regardless, Cape Girardeau, west-southwest side here along Road 74, US 55 alternate down here to the Southern Expressway, and also down here toward Shawnee Parkway, Bloomfield Road, these areas here, kind of south of the medical center, I think is what we're looking at here with this. What do you think there, Stephen? Second set of eyes.
Yeah, I just saw a message from the National Weather Service in Paducah. They said tornado is on the ground.
Okay. So yeah, this is still confirmed, everyone. Coming into southwest Cape Girardeau here in the next 5-10 minutes, about to cross. So Rob, this is not sure if you heard that. This is confirmed as per NWS. That's what Stephen was saying. So this is basically about to cross Interstate 55 and come here into southwestern Cape Girardeau at this time. So folks in the around the medical center over toward downtown Cape Girardeau, really most of the southern half, I'd say, of Cape Girardeau needs to be taking your tornado precautions here at this time, and be waiting for this to kind of cross through. Hopefully it'll lift here before it gets to Interstate 55. Fortunately, we don't have any live storm chasers in the area that we can pull up a stream on, but definitely keeping a close eye on this as this is moving into a fairly populated area here in Cape Girardeau.
Yeah. This is not something that people need to mess with. If you're in a shelter and you're in Cape Girardeau, you need to really be considering it now, getting ready. Because even if it's just the south side, you're still going to get that forward flank.
Yeah, this is going to be serious.
Right. Mm-hmm. My hope is that it recycles, and then east of Cape Girardeau, it does,
Yeah, once it crosses over the river. Yeah. I've been through here so many times going up to St. Louis from Mississippi. We'll come right here up Interstate 55 through Cape Girardeau. A lot of times I'll come up Highway 3 here through Olive
Really
Branch and
unfortunate.
then cross into Cape Girardeau and jump on 55. So personally, I'm very familiar with the area that it's moving into. So definitely concerning.
Yeah, copy that. So we'll have to see. I mean, best case scenario is that it lifts and the rotation just doesn't do anything. But from what we're seeing, this has a very likely chance of making an impact in Cape Girardeau, Decatur area.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna agree with you.
Your scan just came out. Looks like it went a little bit to the northeast, just a tick.
Yeah, it's slightly broader. Slightly broader. Regardless, up near Jackson, they're getting pounded by that hail core as well. So,
Yeah, rotation's gonna be right here in this area.
yeah, let me flip over to your screen, Rob. There we go. I got you.
And this is gonna be moving right this way here.
Can
So
you
northwest
change
side-
your pen color? Can you change your pen color to black?
Yeah. Of course I can. So this is the area we're
Oh,
watching,
there we go. That's a lot
rotation,
better.
and then I'm thinking the north side of Cape Girardeau possibly.
Yeah, where that couplet is, it looks like, again, like you said, it likely on the ground here, about to cross Highway K near Interstate 55. Right around that intersection, probably. We're very close to it. It's going to come really close to the medical center, maybe past just north of there. So
Yeah, it looks like it's-
western
think-
Cape Girardeau needs to be underground right now, anywhere between Interstate 55 and 55 business. This whole area needs to be taking your tornado precautions at this time. But I think Decatur is going to be okay. I think it's going to pass northwest of Decatur. I think East Cape Girardeau, you should be in the clear from this tornado threat. But pretty much from I'd say from Bloomfield Road, if you live along Bloomfield Road there at 55 or north, those next 3 exits between Bloomfield Road and the intersection of Interstate 55 and Business 55 alternate there in that area needs to be taking tornado precautions at this time. Underground in the interiormost room of your building, away from windows and doors.
Here's my thoughts. If this takes another northern jog, it could miss Cape Girardeau, but I still think the western side's going to get it.
And the northwestern suburbs, yeah. For sure.
Yes, I agree.
Well,
So
there's their new
yep,
scan. Yeah, right there, basically where I was saying, right there around Highway K and 55. So,
Oh my gosh.
yeah,
It's maybe right by the medical center, like just west.
yeah.
It's
And that-
right here.
Yeah,
That's where it's at.
yeah.
So thankfully, the main city of Cape Girardeau did avoid it, but they are getting the forward flank right now.
Well, yeah, they're about to here in the next 5 minutes. So,
Yeah, that's a good thing, is that the main city won't be getting the
the direct hit.
the tornado impacts, but they will get the forward flank.
Yeah, you can basically see this little donut in the reflectivity. Here, let me flip. I'm going to flip over here. If you look at this little donut in the reflectivity, basically the tornado's sitting right back to the west of that. So,
Yep. Yeah.
that little
So I
gap
think Cape
there.
Girardeau. Oh, they just issued a new. Is this new?
No, I think they just updated it. They updated the existing warning. They
Yep.
trimmed it.
Confirmed tornado is located near Gordonville, moving northeast at 45. Damaging tornado and ping pong ball size hail.
Yeah, so this is
North.
yeah, it's just east
So it
of
has been-
Gordonville here on Highway K. This is basically right where it's at. Yeah. So Cape Girardeau, oh, I'm so glad that it's not getting a direct hit. Oh my goodness, that would have been. I mean, this is
That
still a
would've been pretty
disaster.
close.
Probably
yeah.
just crossing Highway K. So if you live here west of Interstate 55, between Gordonville and Cape Girardeau, west of Interstate 55, you need to be underground. Anyone that is living in this area here, a new scan just came in. Now probably crossing Interstate 55 here at this time. A little bit hard to tell here. Might be just between 55 and 55 alternate here on the northwest side of Cape Girardeau at this time, southeast of Jackson. That rotation might have broadened out a little bit. Not looking quite as good, but I would guess it's kind of here just crossed Interstate 55.
I was about to say, Joe, it looks like it's weakened a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's
Yeah,
definitely
it
weakened
has.
a little bit.
Definitely has for sure. It's still on the
But
ground, but the rotation.
this
itself
is, hold up, this is, we're seeing definitely a little bit of a CC drop from that earlier confirmed. That's probably some debris that's still floating around here, right around alternate 55. You can see this CC drop right in this area. So that's, again, just goes to show us that this is likely a confirmed tornado where you got that black speck there, yeah. So that's probably some of the debris. I think it's just north of that. That's probably some of that rear flank downdraft that's spitting out the debris that the radar's picking up coming toward the radar. So Highway W here on the northwest side. Egypt Hills or Mills. Is that Mills? Yes, Egypt Mills. This is going to be kind of coming up toward your direction there along 177. So yeah, northwest side of Cape Girardeau, though, this whole northwest area needs to be underground right now. Tossing it back over to your screen there, Rob. Let's see if we have any other warnings.
Go ahead, Joey. Sorry.
I got it back on yours. I got it back on your screen. That's all I was saying.
Copy that. Yeah. It's definitely broadened out a little bit, but it's definitely still there. I mean, looks like rotations. Wow, it's really look at right here. This yellow. That wind's really picked up.
Yeah, that's basically where it's at. That kind of matches where that correlation coefficient drop was as well.
So it basically hit like right here in this area. Oh, that's red. Let me change that to black. Hold on. Like this area hit.
Yeah, exactly.
So it did miss Cape Girardeau, but it did get the west. It clipped the western side.
Yeah, Jackson and Starlight getting pounded by some hail up toward Pocahontas.
Yeah. Look at that.
They're along 55.
Yeah.
They're getting some of that.
Yeah. There's that donut you were talking about right there.
Yep.
Let's look at the VIL
Looks
there.
like out a little bit too.
VIL doesn't show that purple, but it's definitely there, but you're near Jackson.
Yeah, you know what else is?
It's getting further from the radar, too, so it's kind of hard to tell if that's actually accurate.
Yeah.
This is going to be heading more toward the Lincoln area radar. Do we have any more tornado warnings on the board?
That is it right now. I was just checking down here near Hot Springs. Those are all just severe thunderstorm warnings. So this Cape Girardeau storm right now is the main one that we got.
Copy traffic. Copy traffic. Yeah, it's been a very busy day. I mean, definitely warranted for a moderate risk. And we haven't had as much tornadoes as we did in the high risk, but we definitely had a lot of hail, wind, and tornadoes today. Definitely warranted for sure. Wouldn't you guys agree with that?
Oh yeah, definitely. Today is definitely a moderate risk day, especially with many strong tornadoes as we've had today.
Yeah, and Arkansas
So
has
it's
gotten
like-
hammered this week, so
Yeah. So, I mean, less amount of tornado warnings, but more intense of those less amount tornado warnings than the last moderate. But yeah, it's It's definitely been a very busy day. Gonna be a very busy day tomorrow and possibly Sunday. I don't know if you guys want to talk about that for a minute there. We do have severe weather for tomorrow.
Okay,
Whole
let's.
weekend.
New tornado warning just issued on that Cape Girardeau storm. Now kind of north of Cape Girardeau.
Copy that.
This
Yeah,
here. Just leave it zoomed in, Rob. I'll read it out here. This is for northwestern Union County, south. That's in southern Illinois, southwestern Jackson County in southern Illinois, and northeastern Cape Girardeau County there in southwest Missouri. Goes till 8:30 Central Time. So for about another 30 minutes. This is a Weather Spotters confirmed tornado. Again, this is an observed tornado that we've been tracking here now for really the last 45 minutes as it's moved up through now Cape Girardeau. It's on the northern side of Cape Girardeau. This is moving off to the northeast, still at about 40 miles per hour. So this is going to be near the Trail of Tears State Park and Ware here, really in the next 5 minutes at 8:05 Central. It includes Interstate 55 between mile markers 99 and 106. So again, this is confirmed tornado on the ground. If you are in these areas, you need to be taking your tornado precautions, especially here near Oriole. That area, you're basically right in the path there of this at this time. Oriole over toward Moccasin Springs and that Trail of Tears State Park. This is basically moving into that area right now. Wow, yeah, look at that. Look at this, that couplet there on the velocity there. That's definitely intensified. That's definitely on the ground. Man, Cape Girardeau dodged a bullet, Steven. At least downtown Cape Girardeau. Northwestern suburbs didn't, but
this tornado's been going on for a while. It looks like.
Yeah, this is definitely a long track cycling tornado.
You see that white on the velocity, Joe?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. This is a strong tornado right now. Has it crossed the river yet? No, not yet.
It looks like it.
No, it hasn't yet. It's close. It won't cross the river until basically once it gets to Moccasin Springs. That state park is basically right on the river. That Trail of Tears State Park's like right on the river. So it's about to cross the Mississippi River here shortly.
That's insane. Looks huge.
And a update on that other tornado warning here. So this is a new tornado warning to replace the old one. This goes for update to that tornado warning. This is for southwestern Union and east central Cape Girardeau counties. This continues here until 8:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time.
Wow.
So this is the southern side of that storm, but they do still have a tornado warning because there's a second area of rotation kind of south of the main area. You see that, Rob, on the velocity? Basically, it's right over, it's that basically due north of Cape Girardeau. So we almost have the tornado, and then, right there. Oh, yeah, yep. That's that second area of rotation why they have that second tornado warning. So we could have twin twisters here with this storm.
M4.
That one
would not be surprised given the
thermodynamic environment that we have. Yeah,
exactly. Thermodynamic environment for sure. The Cape is pretty, strong Cape. Moisture definitely. I mean, I saw dew points up to 70, 72 in the Boot Heel. So.
Yeah.
A low-level jet strengthening, so we got all the ingredients for tornadoes.
Yeah, so this is now moving here into southwestern Illinois, crossing the Mississippi River from Missouri into Illinois. So We do have confirmed tornado on this storm. Again, this is the confirmed tornadoes basically coming up here toward the Moccasin Springs and Trail of Tears State Park, but we're keeping an eye on a secondary area of rotation that could be approaching Egypt Hills area there in Missouri before it crosses over the Mississippi River.
Yeah.
Eventually, it'll Ware, Illinois needs to keep a close eye on this. Ware up to Wolf Lake, those areas need to be keeping a close eye on this. And
We have a new
really
SPC
taking
update.
tornado precautions.
Let's see what they say. Hold on. Oh, okay, never mind. So we still have that moderate risk in play. So for portions of Texas all the way up to Missouri. I mean, this tornado warning is enhanced. So.
Yeah, it's not even in. It's out. Well, it started in the moderate risk and has now moved outside of that moderate risk area.
Yeah.
So
I believe we have a new watch coming out for parts of Indiana, I believe. So pretty soon we'll have a watch out. They said possibly for that area
okay.
in the environment. So I'll keep you updated on that once I get that, if they do it or not. So we have any more tornado warnings except for these two in Illinois now?
Nope, it's just those two.
Yeah.
What about the Arkansas one? Arkansas one's
There's a new one over near Texarkana. Yes, east of Texarkana. There is a new tornado warning down there.
Oh, look at that. Right near Maton and McKinney?
Yep.
Yeah, copy that.
Right there on US 82.
Let's read that out really quick.
That's
yeah,
that same
tornado
storm
warning.
that was produced tornado earlier.
Yep. That's correct. The one in Texas, that was long-lived. You're right. Yeah, near Genoa. Yep, there it is. They just issued on my end, too. So.
Go ahead and read that out for us, Rob.
Yeah, I'll do. Okay, so this remains in effect for until 8:45 for southeastern Hempstead, northeastern Miller, north central Lafayette, and west central Nevada counties. There's a confirmed tornado now that was located 8 miles northwest of Garland or 12 miles east of Texarkana, moving northeast at 35. This weather spotter is confirmed with damaging tornado and $50 size hail. This will be near Hope around 8:25, which is in about 19 minutes. Perrytown around 8:35, and Emmett around 8:40. Other locations include Sutton, Oak Haven, Hervey, and Patmos. Take cover now. So we have 2 confirms on the board, I believe, now. So there's that.
Yeah, so here's kind of the area that we're looking at. You can see the area that I circled on the map. So this is, again, going to be crossing here into southwest Arkansas here shortly from east of Texarkana.
Harvey needs to take shelter.
Yes. Yep. Harvey, you're basically right in the path of this, especially if you live on the east side of Harvey. That's going to be moving up, and then eventually up here toward Battlefield and Spring Hill and Evening Shade. Imagine if you lived in a town called Evening Shade. That just sounds so relaxing. But definitely a little bit nerve-wracking right now with this confirmed tornado barreling down on that area right now. So, this
Kohler, west side of Kohler,
yeah,
for sure.
this will
Harvey, not Harvey.
stay north of Beck. We'll stay north of Beck though.
Yeah, Beck's gonna get that forward flank and some of the rear flank. Let me see what it looks like on reflectivity really fast. Yeah, it's gonna be rain wrapped. Look at that. And there's a little bit of inflow notch like right there, but it's very closed in.
Yeah.
Yeah, this scan looks a little better. Yeah, it's definitely rain wrapped. It's this. I was looking at the soundings for this whole entire area, and it was like 1.6 to 1.8 for the PW. So these are very HP supercell clusters that we're seeing in Arkansas, Missouri. And that's due to the the warm advection that we've been seeing in the 70-degree dew points. When you have points in the warm sector, most of these supercells that we're going to see are going to be high precipitation and high hail as well. High hail in terms of how much hail, not the size of the hail.
Yeah, exactly.
But,
well,
yeah,
Jason Cooley's down south of Texarkana, but how fast is this tornado here near Texarkana moving? Is it 40 miles per hour? Let's see how fast it says it's moving. Northeast at 35. 35. So he Jason Cooley probably could get back up there and catch it. If he's able to get over to 49.
29.
He could, and then right up Interstate 30, get up to 30. So maybe he'll try and go catch it. It's not moving too fast. 35 miles per hour is pretty doable.
They just updated it to observed. It says weather spotters have it confirmed.
Yeah, they mentioned that about 2 minutes ago. So yes, we are aware it is observed.
Look at all that lightning. So dangerous situation.
Yeah, this thing's coming into Harvey, and then it's going to be crossing here into Arkansas, and coming up toward Hope. So
I can certainly say I hope everybody is taking shelter.
Yeah, everyone needs to be taking shelter there in Hope.
SPC just issued a new mesoscale discussion saying tornado risk continues for that Arklatex region.
Yep. I just saw that myself. Copy that.
Yep.
All right, let me
moderate risk is still in play, but they shoved it a little bit to the east, understandably, because it's going to be out of Texas. Except for that, they actually have a second area of convection that's going to be in Texas for the hail later tonight. So San Angelo, that area, there's going to be another round of supercells in that area.
All right, let me go over all this information that you're talking about here, Rob. So guys, you all should be able to see this is what they're talking about here. So yeah, there's the moderate risk. Let's reload this. Here we go. So yeah, they moved it to the east a little bit. Still have that same 15% hatched. They kind of shifted the 10% area up more into western Kentucky up toward Indiana as well, probably because of that Cape Girardeau storm. So that is ongoing at this time. And then, wow, why is my mesoscale discussion thing not loading? Oh, this is just coming out. So we'll have to wait on the graphic on that. But here's some of those, basically what we're looking at here as far as the latest data kind of coming in here for the next 1 to 2 hours. So we can see we've had this huge surge really here into Northeast Arkansas, Boot Heel, which is interesting because, basically it has the HRRR actually has like all the Cape now out of the Cape Girardeau area and shifting off to the southeast. So have to keep an eye on that storm, see how much longer that storm kind of continues. We might be shifting our focus back here to this Texarkana tornadic storm.
Yeah, Joey, be advised, they did extend that 10% tornado risk into western Kentucky. It includes Owensboro all the way back to Paducah.
Yeah, so gonna be another long evening back there. Let's come back to this Cape Girardeau storm real quick. So yeah, there's
Wow, look at
still
that.
definitely right here near, like I said, right between Wolf Lake and Ware. Um,
Yep.
it's definitely broadened out a little bit, but still a huge damaging wind risk in these areas. Probably
That's
right
definitely
here.
convergent dominant.
Yeah, the right in here, probably near Wolf Lake is the greatest threat. And then coming up here into the Bald Knob Wilderness, so that's kind of good. Eventually, we'll probably head up toward the Alto Pass area. So definitely continue keeping an eye on this storm here as we go through the next 20-30 minutes with this storm.
Wow. Look at that outflow, or look at that inflow notch
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah, that's definitely a pretty well defined inflow notch. So, I mean, Wolf Lake is really taking the brunt of this right now. Maybe just the north side of Wolf Lake.
Also, if you're going to be near southwest of Alto Pass, they might extend you in that tornado warning. If
Yeah,
it
they
keeps
just
going the
issued
way
a
it is.
new that tornado warning that included Ware. They just updated that. Also
Looks like
now
it's
includes Jonesboro.
radar indicator for that eastern rotation.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anywhere along that
Fairly
little
clear.
line, something
So,
could
I'm
develop.
guessing this area rotation, is this still on the ground, this northern one?
I don't think.
Yeah, it's confirmed.
Okay. Yeah.
That's
Yep.
It's confirmed.
So
But it's trying, man. It's got that look to it for sure.
yeah, this was again located near Jackson, moving northeast at 40. So
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely has a convergent couplet, but it might go outflow dominant. I'm not sure. We'll see.
yeah, they just trimmed that. They just trimmed that warning. Now just changed it to, like you're saying, to radar indicator rotation. So no longer has the confirmed tag on it anymore.
Yep.
So both these are now
On
just
the
radar
ground.
indicator
One in
rotation.
Arkansas. I'm not sure if that is though. Let me check the one in Arkansas. Yep. It's on the ground. Right there.
Well, this is
So if you're
interesting.
on Go ahead, sir.
Uh, sorry, I was looking at an area here right now that doesn't even have anything on it, but here in southeast Arkansas, some upper level rotation on it, it looks like, but I'll keep an eye on it. What were you saying, Rob, about the one in Arkansas near Hope?
Yeah, I was saying the rotation's just here west of Patmos and south of Hope. Right here, this area.
Oh, yeah. Very well defined there. Yep.
Yeah. South. If you're in evening shade, you need to be in shelter.
Yeah, and Kohler, Evening Shade, Kohler, Spring Hill,
Yeah.
anywhere in that area.
And Cover Springs, Gunter Addition, Rocky Mountain. So those areas need to be really watching.
Yeah, hopefully it'll stay east of Hope. I hope it stays east of Hope.
Yeah.
And Joe, that
same.
storm is like following a path of the dew points are like 70, 72 all the way
Yep.
up.
Yep.
Like,
It's going to
just
go to more
going along that path.
more considerable or not considerable, more what's the word? Favorable conditions.
Yeah, very favorable conditions in that area this evening for these
Sure.
nocturnal
And
tornadoes.
as we get that low-level jet starting to shrink, I would not be surprised if we see more embedded tornadoes like we're seeing right now. So,
Yep, I'd agree.
not really a like a QLCS setup. It's more of a clustering supercellular semi-discrete. Yeah.
So yeah, this storm here, Rob, that you're talking about, that's some serious rotation on that. That's, again, it is confirmed. I can definitely see that.
Copy that. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it looks pretty intense.
It is for sure.
It's interesting. I'm wondering if so I know Jennifer McMahon she is up here near Benton. So I'm wondering if she's going to kind of try and come down Interstate 30 and try and catch this thing somewhere along Interstate 30, maybe near I don't know. Maybe she'll catch it down here near like Gum Springs or Cato Valley or something like that as it moves off to the east northeast. So
I think it's gonna go southeast of Hope. From what it's looking like, it's gonna go east of Hope. So I think like more like Gunter Edition, Shower Springs need to be watching this.
yeah, I agree. I do think
I think Hope's gonna get spared.
yeah. I mean,
least from what I'm seeing,
Evening Shade and Kohler are definitely bets to they're
Yeah,
probably getting
Evening-
hit right now as we're talking. We just don't see it on the
Yes.
radar yet. So yeah,
Yeah, so
Shower
if you're-
Springs and Gunter Addition, those areas, they're along 32 are next.
Yeah. Copy. It looks like we still have these 2 tornado warnings up here.
Yeah, that's what I was just scrolling back up to look at.
This is radar indicated. This is also radar indicated. Keep an eye on those. So the one that we're watching really is this one over here in Arkansas. Let me see what the reflectivity looks like. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely rain wrapped, if I had to guess. What do you think, Joe?
Yeah, it definitely is. If there's still something there, it's definitely still rain wrapped. That
Starting to look at some
is for
storms
sure.
down here in Texas. I'm trying to see if there's any stuff forming over here where that other area of hail risk was. Maybe a little bit over here, but nothing too concerning yet. Just some rain.
Yeah.
So
So let's keep
some
an eye
stuff
on
here
this
and
one here. Yeah, Evening Shade, Kohler, Shower Springs. These areas here in Arkansas definitely under the gun with this. Not seeing a significant drop in the correlation coefficient right now with this, but yeah, this is definitely a rain wrapped tornado. It actually may just be south here, maybe just south of Evening Shade. Yeah, if there's something that's probably just south of Evening Shade. When I'm looking at the reflectivity, you can see, not necessarily don't, but there's a drop in reflectivity here on the south side of Evening Shade here that we can see. So this is coming right into the Kohler area. Keeping an eye on Jennifer McMahon. She is traveling south there on Interstate 30, kind of headed down toward this area. So we'll see where this particular tornadic storm goes. But yeah, Hope, Arkansas definitely seems to be avoiding this so far. The rotation on this last scan is a little bit broader, but again, still likely could be confirmed on this storm. Those of you just joining us this evening on the live stream, first of all, thank you so much for tuning in to our extreme weather videos, continuing coverage of the severe weather here in Arkansas and up into Missouri, and now getting into Illinois as well with some of these storms. We've had multiple confirmed tornadoes this evening. We're tracking one right now here in southwest Arkansas that just has moved out of Texas here into extreme southwest Arkansas. They did just put out a new tornado warning update on this that we can see. So, Rob, what are they saying with this new update?
So they're saying that it is still on the ground. It says confirmed tornado is located near Hope, moving northeast at 35 miles per hour. This is also just a heads up. This is until 8:45 Central for southeastern Hempstead and west central Nevada counties in Arkansas. It's going to be here Hope and Perrytown around 8:30 and Emmett around 8:40. Other locations include Sutton, Patmos, and Oak Haven. So still on the ground. Make sure you're taking cover. Rotation is going to be just on the northwest side of Patmos. This will be heading towards the cities of Gunter Addition, Pines Addition, Hills of Hope, Leicester Addition. This should go just east of Hope. Hope should be spared from this, but the southeastern surrounding suburbs definitely need to be keeping an eye on it.
Yeah, so if you're in those areas that Rob was just calling out, you need to be taking your tornado precautions at this time. Again, because this is a confirmed tornado. It's now been on the ground for probably close to about 5-10 minutes as it approaches a more highly populated area here in the Hope Perrytown parts of southwestern Arkansas. So definitely hoping that they'll be okay there in this area as this storm. Thankfully, it's not moving super fast. It's only moving about 35 miles per hour. So it gives folks a little bit of time to be able to prepare for this and get to that safe space to get into shelter, get underground, get it to the interior room of your house, away from windows, doors, protect yourself from flying debris, falling trees. This is obviously a highly wooded area here in Arkansas, very wooded, large trees, so doesn't take a ton to cause a whole lot of damage in this area. So Rob's let me flip over to your camera, Rob. You're kind of got a good view here. So this is really showing all the different tornado watches and warnings with the satellite overlay there. There's the radar overlay showing this whole system that we've had this stalled frontal boundary that's been draped across here, causing all sorts of flooding as well. We haven't even gotten to talk about flooding, but this is what's been also causing all this rounds of severe weather. New tornado warning on that storm down there in southwest Arkansas for this storm here. Let's kind of take a look at that, see what they're saying. What is this here for? Looks like it shifted northwest.
Nevada counties. Yeah. Still moving northeast at 35. It is now radar indicated, so no longer on the ground, it looks like. Hope, Perryton, 8:30. Emmett, 8:35. Prescott, 8:45. Also including these areas such as Mount Moriah, McCaskill, Morris, Sutton, Oak Haven, Laneburg, Ozone, and Boughton. So still take cover. This does have a history of producing tornadoes, so this could produce some time. So make sure you're still taking shelter.
Thanks, Rob, for that update. Stephen, what are you seeing on this particular storm that's piquing your interest as a meteorologist?
I'm mainly just watching the velocity, and then also if you look at the differential phase, you can definitely see it moving up towards Hope. Actually, it's going to pass a little bit south of Hope, it looks like, but
yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
Differential reflectivity. So teach everybody what is differential reflectivity, Steven.
Rob, you might have, I might have to help me with that, because I still get confused on what differential, it's hard for me to describe.
If I remember correctly, doesn't it show like the different types of precipitation? I think that's what it is, right, Joey?
Yeah, it's basically
levels, right, Joe?
Yeah, exactly. So it allows you to see, distinguish, helpful with being able to see hail, yes, but then also debris, obviously, because if you got pieces of trees or houses or shingles or stuff like that, it's going to look a lot different on the differential reflectivity than, say, rain would. So obviously when you're looking at just, your base reflectivity, that's picking up everything, basically just measured in the different decibels, where it's just larger objects, but there's no differentiation between what kind of object that radar is picking up. So that's kind of the difference. But yeah, looking at the velocity there, that definitely, that couplet is really separated a good bit.
Yeah.
You can see there on that. So that is definitely some good news for these areas. So
Right. It's still, like I said, it's still radar indicated rotation. It's not on the ground, but what they mean by radar indicated is that they are seeing the rotation, but they're not getting reports of a funnel on the ground. That's what that is.
exactly. So the conditions are favorable.
Public.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Almost like a special weather statement to a tornado in a way.
Yeah, kind of. That's a unique perspective of looking at that. So. But again, right now, we got to cover some of these other tornado warnings. So we've got those two there in Hope. I thought there was another one. Oh, yeah, here we go. We got one over here near Poplar Bluff. I knew there was a new one that had come out here west of Poplar Bluff, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I see that one. That one's radar indicated also.
Yeah, you can see there's definitely a pretty well-defined area of rotation, basically just on the north side of Doniphan. This is going to be heading toward the general area of Poplar Bluff. So once again, a second time this evening, Poplar Bluff is in the line of fire. With another,
supercells.
Yeah, exactly, training supercells. That's exactly right, Rob.
That's because of that locked up, zonal front. We have the zone of severe weather that's been locked up due to high pressures that are like the ridging is really keeping us all one train of severe weather.
Yeah, exactly. That's basically been stretching from eastern Texas all the way up through Kentucky. Just kind of these troughs are just riding that ridge that's been locked up over south. Finally, it's going to break down though this weekend, and we're going to see this whole storm system start moving east tomorrow and into the day on Sunday, bringing the threat of severe weather east. So tomorrow we'll see it kind of focused more in Mississippi. Into western Tennessee, and then Sunday across Alabama and here in Georgia on Sunday. So still have a few more days of severe weather, but then once
showing that really fast.
Yeah, once we get past Sunday, things kind of settle down. Yeah. So Rob, can you go over the outlooks here for us for the next couple days?
So obviously, say we have that moderate. Tomorrow we have an enhanced risk for portions of southeast Texas, most of Louisiana, parts of Arkansas, again, southeast Arkansas, parts of western and northwest Mississippi, west central Tennessee, and does that include the Boot Heel? I think it does.
Barely, yeah, just a little bit.
So the biggest threat for tomorrow is going to be... Let's look at the day 2. Looks like we have a, 10% tornado risk?
Yep, 10% hatch tornado
Louisiana,
risk there, yep.
Arkansas. So all the way
and
from
all the way over
Lufkin,
into western
Louisiana,
Mississippi, yeah.
Lufkin, Texas, all the way to, Greenville, Mississippi. And then for the wind, let's look at the wind really fast. Bigger area here from Beaumont, Texas, all the way up to near Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeah.
And there's that SVR watch I was talking about that just came out.
Yep.
So
that's tomorrow. And then let's take a look at, do you have day 3 on there?
That's the hail. So the hail goes from Tennessee all the way down to Texas. So, all right, let's look at day 2. Yeah, that's a good idea. Day 3, I mean. Here we go.
Yeah,
So
so
this day
that's
3
Sunday.
area goes from all the way from the Gulf Coast, the eastern Gulf Coast, parts of Florida, uh, Mississippi, Alabama, parts of coastal Louisiana, all the way up to Atlanta, Georgia, and near Franklin, Tennessee.
Yeah. So and we're
marginal
planning on
surrounding it.
our team's planning on being out on Sunday afternoon and Sunday evening.
Yeah.
So
Somewhere in like this area.
yeah, exactly. Pretty much around the Columbus LaGrange area, southeast
I
of
don't think it shows
Montgomery.
20.
No, it
shows
does
20
not.
for
Not
day 3.
for day 3.
No. But that's the area we're looking at. And then we have this marginal that goes all the way up to mid-Atlantic, Delmarva almost. So, yeah.
Yeah, so definitely going to be a pretty intense next few days. But then once all the severe weather moves east, it's going to be a quiet, really, next 10 days after that. We're going to see temperatures quickly drop behind the front here across the eastern half of the United States and get back to a little bit more normal for this time of year.
Show that, actually.
Yeah,
There's the
so
temperature gradients.
yeah, let me flip back over to your view there.
See,
So
this
yeah,
is what we're seeing, guys. We have this. Let me get this up here really fast. So we have this big ridge across the western central plains that's going to be locking up all that severe weather down here, and that's going to be causing some warm ridging across, most of the Pacific Southwest, parts of Arizona, New Mexico, Panhandle, Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, even where you are there, Steven, parts of Colorado, going to be seeing some really warm temperatures the next few days.
yep. And then if you go up to the 8 to 14 day, you'll see again that it kind of drops, and we kind of get more toward more average temperatures for much of the United States.
Hey, it's still going to be cooler than average, so for some areas, but it's a smaller area of upper, and you have this. See, this is how you know the trough's breaking down, because we have an area of cooler than average for the Northwest now. So, and then for the next month, really, a warmer than average pattern for the Western United States, average for the Northeast and
yeah, ridge building in the West, more troughing in the east.
That's going to cause
toward the second half of April.
Areas.
Yeah, we'll see more severe weather. I think we'll have a little brief reprieve of rounds of severe weather, but
this is some good news.
Yeah, drier than average conditions here across much of the southeast into the south central.
Wow, look at that. Look at that gradient of much below average.
Yeah, they're in Louisiana.
That's pretty.
Oh wow.
We kind of need this though, because before this whole system, we've had a lot of rain in these areas, so kind of good that we're getting that drier than average.
Yeah.
And then for the next 2 weeks, moves to the east. Again, Florida. We've been really dry most of the state the last month, so wildfire is still going to be a risk possibly for drier temperatures. Even parts of the Pacific Northwest getting some more rain than usual, possibly. And then for the next few months, it's just there's that ridging again, possibly, and then warmer than average, or sorry, not warmer than average, precipitation than average in these areas, which isn't good, but that's the next 3 or 4 months. So
yeah. All right, we got a new tornado warning that has just been issued here for our southwest Arkansas storm. Yeah. So.
Oh, and we have one in Texas too.
Yep, and we also have one now down southwest of Longview, Texas. So the night is still going on. Yeah, that's looking really pretty good. You're trying to think of.
Wow.
This is just south of Tyler, Texas.
West of White House.
Yeah, so this is for southeastern Smith County, southwestern Upshur County, and southeastern Gregg County there in northeast Texas till 9:15. This is near White House, moving northeast at 45 right now, just radar indicator rotation on this storm.
But you can see it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's another radar where it might be.
You see that rotation right there?
Not really.
West of Antioch.
Yeah, Antioch, yeah. just on the
Antioch,
west
yeah.
side of Antioch and White House. So that'll
The other
be.
tornado warning.
The other one is our one here in Southwest Arkansas, for
That one it looks
Prescott.
like expanded. Yeah.
Copy that.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
again,
the
this
one
one's radar indicator rotation. Yeah, they just extended it. Goes till 9:30
Nice
Central
little bit
Time
right
there
there.
for Eastern Hempstead County in Southwest Arkansas and Nevada County there in Arkansas till 9:30 Central. Right now, again,
Oh, wow,
basically
look
still
at that.
sitting right over Hope. Only moving at 35 miles per hour, so still seeing a little bit of rotation there, kind of between Hope and Perryton.
Yeah, copy that. We'll see what happens. Still got a very long night ahead of us from what we're seeing on radar. So
Yeah, so currently sitting at 4 tornado warnings and 10 severe thunderstorm warnings. 4 and 10 here at 8:40 p.m. Central, 9:40 p.m. Eastern.
copy that. I have to really keep an eye on that there, Joey, because night's not over. Like we said, this is a very active pattern we've been in the last, really, the whole month of April. Even though we're only in the 4th day, it's been a very active April.
Yeah, I mean, we've probably had already just in the first 4 days of April. I don't even want to imagine how many
A lot.
reports, probably 1,500 in the first 4 days, I'd imagine, something like that.
Oh, total reports. Yeah, definitely.
Total reports, tornado, wind, hail. Yeah, not 1,500 tornadoes in the first 4 days of April. If we had 1,500 tornadoes in the first 4 days of April, I'd be like, okay, well, yeah.
Wow.
That would be an impressive April.
Yeah. I remember this. You know what this reminds me of, Joey? You might remember this. You remember Oklahoma 2019 May?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Remember we
Eastern
had
Oklahoma.
those two high pressure ridges lock up in the west or the
Yeah, that was that
southeast
omega
rather than-
block pattern that's set up there.
Yeah, this is kind of like that, but not as strong.
Yeah, it is,
Yeah, we had that. Oh yeah.
but it's not in the same. It's not an omega block. It's similar though, but instead you have one high pressure to the southeast, one to the northwest, rather than do like east-west, where it just completely blocks the, mid and upper level flow pattern.
Right.
So you still have storm
close, though.
systems flowing through, but they're just flowing over the same track over and over, rather than literally just not being able to move. So that's kind of the difference with this
Yeah. Okay.
this setup that we have versus
Yeah, I feel like.
omega block.
Yeah. I feel like when we had that, we had like storms that said moving nearly stationary. Like
Yeah, exactly.
you know.
Because they couldn't move anywhere. They were moving like 10 miles per hour, I mean, which was great for chasing in Oklahoma, as long as it stayed on the ground, It's not like these storms that, I mean, some of them this past week have been moving at 70 miles, 65, 70 miles per hour. That other
they've
night
been
when we were doing
fast.
our live stream and Dan was on, and they were just flying, man.
These are a little slower, but they're still decent speed.
Yeah.
I
So,
remember that very well because we were doing warnings at that point, and we were up late, like probably half of that outbreak every single day.
yeah, it was
More than half, probably.
It was a really, really, those were really long days. I mean, today's been
Yeah,
long
for
too. I
sure.
mean, we've already been
Yeah.
on the air here for about 2.5 hours. So
Yep. So that's how you know it's a busy severe weather outbreak that we've had. Multi-day severe weather outbreak. Severe weather, but hydrological outbreak in terms of flooding.
yeah, the flooding impacts with this whole system. I mean, that's a whole nother story that we really haven't even
It's actually
gotten to get into
at
a
that.
ton.
Precipitation forecast.
Let me flip
just
over
look at-
here.
look-
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Look at
I
that
just-
rain.
Yeah. So I mean, that's just the day one
Arkansas,
that you can see there in Arkansas. Yeah, the flooding, all the flash flood
Yeah.
warnings.
Mississippi's turn tomorrow.
Yeah.
Louisiana, Mississippi. And then day 3 should be Georgia.
Yeah. South
Let's look at
of
the
Atlanta.
excessive rainfall.
Yeah,
risk.
high risk there across Arkansas into southeast Missouri, northeast Texas.
Western Tennessee. Yep.
Pretty much right up to
Tomorrow-
western Tennessee.
Wow.
Yeah,
Arkansas not getting a break.
it just
at all.
shifts slightly east into western Kentucky and more of the western half of Tennessee, Nashville
And
points
day
west.
3,
then
slight
it-
risk. That's better.
Yeah, comes over us.
It's a little better.
So
And they get a break.
2 more days.
Sunday it should be done. for
Well,
them.
yeah,
Yeah,
the
it's-
actual rainfall will be done, but the river flooding will just be getting up and going on Sunday, probably, especially across portions
Yeah.
of Mississippi and eastern Arkansas.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be
I'll probably
quite a
do-
bit of Mississippi River flooding.
In my
um,
video, my next video on for YouTube, I'm probably gonna do more of like a mix between like slideshow and like looking at the flooding gauges and seeing how high the flooding's got Sunday.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I think that's
Kentucky,
great.
Tennessee, Arkansas, those areas. So like you can show how much flooding, when it's gonna go down. So I think that's a great idea for Sunday. If you want to do a live, we can do it for that too. But
Yeah, that sounds good. I think that'll be a good idea.
you'll be chasing Sunday as well, so that's perfect. So
Hey, there's I'm going to share this to our Facebook page, but a Missouri traffic camera near Cape Girardeau actually caught that tornado
copy that.
earlier tonight. So be sure to go to facebook.com/extreme weather videos and check out some of those photos that we're sharing. So
Yeah. Well, tomorrow looks like we got a enhanced risk for tomorrow. Do you think that has a possibility of being upgraded?
for tomorrow, I don't think so. I mean, maybe a low probability, but we'll have to see.
I don't think so.
Hey,
either. What's up?
I want to look back at this. Go back to the Tyler. Are you on the Tyler, Texas tornado?
No, I'm not. I can
Let's
go
take a
back
look at
here.
that couplet's really
Oh.
intensified
Look at that.
here now,
Right
coming
here.
into New
Alberta.
Chapel Hill on the southeast side of Tyler, Texas. This is right now still radar indicator rotation, but I wouldn't be surprised if this goes Tor R here shortly, because it's definitely spinning
Yeah.
up pretty fast and furious.
It's got that look to it. That's for sure. Again, a lot of lightning. University of Texas. If you're there studying right now, you're probably hearing a lot of lightning right now.
Yeah,
And wind as
University
well.
of Texas at Tyler. Yeah, it's just passing off to the east there. If there's something on the ground, it's going to come up here toward
I bet.
Chapel Hill and then cross a lot of these different roads here.
So if you're by the college or by Chapel Hill, be careful. Be very make sure you're taking shelter. Sure. Yeah. Well, Joey.
It's been a long night, sir.
Sure. Yeah, I think I'm gonna hop off here because it's getting pretty late.
Sounds good,
But I
man.
will
Yeah.
definitely keep you updated on tomorrow and when that video comes out that I'm doing or something.
Sounds good. Thanks, Rob, for hopping on. So, guys, that was Rob Salso joining us this evening, breaking down all the storms with me. Always good to have him on here. Yes, sir. So,
But yeah, have a good night, guys. Make sure you have multiple ways to receive alerts. It's gonna be a very long few days, not just for tornadoes, but also for flood. Because there's been a lot of flooding, and there's been a few flash flood emergencies we haven't gone over that have happened.
yeah, it's a lot of weather going on. So, have a good night, Rob. We'll catch you
Have a good night.
tomorrow and on the next live stream. So, all right, cool. So that's kind of what we've got going on here. We're going to keep an eye on this storm here near Chapel Hill as this here continues to really develop here on now the east side of Tyler, Texas. And this tornado warning continues here for about the next 26 minutes. This storm's moving northeast 45 miles per hour. Looks like it's going to be heading up here toward west of Liberty City, east of Winona. Here we'll cross Interstate 20. But just here on the eastern side of Tyler, Texas. Pretty much right here over New Chapel Hill, this area between Chapel Hill and New Chapel Hill. You kind of see it when you zoom out there on that. And we also have new tornado warning here in east of Texarkana again to talk about. So same area as earlier. So this is a tornado warning for southeastern Hempstead, central Miller, northeastern Lafayette County, and southwestern Nevada County there till 9:30 Central Time. Looking at the velocities, yeah, just east of Folk, heading up here toward Garland and Louisville. So if you're in Garland, you need to be taking your tornado precautions at this time as this storm is heading that direction. So we have that one. This one up here near Prescott still has some rotation showing on it as well. Our storm here that was near Cape Girardeau is now just has a couple severe thunderstorm warnings on it. So the tornado threat with this has definitely transitioned more to that damaging wind threat. We can see this whole line kind of developing pretty much here from east of St. Louis, central Illinois, back down through southeast Missouri, becoming more of a MCS type of system here, mesoscale convective system. Still seeing a little bit of severe weather on the northwest side of Little Rock, but really here into Texas and southwest Arkansas, these are a couple storms where we've got these tornado warnings, but this Tyler, Texas tornado near Chapel Hill, definitely still very impressive here at this moment. And there's a new update there, new updated scan. Yeah, it's still looking pretty decent. A little bit of more broad rotation, but still nonetheless pretty strong rotation as it comes up here toward Interstate 20. Now pretty much crossing Route 31 there on the east side of Tyler, Texas. So we'll keep an eye on that. We're also keeping an eye on these storms here. Still some rotation. This is going to be again coming up toward Garland. That's here in southwest Arkansas. And then we have this area near Prescott, which continues for another 36 minutes, goes till 9:30 Central Time. Radar indicator rotation. So currently no confirmed tornadoes. I want to keep an eye on this storm here as well. But quite a few storms coming here into southwest Arkansas and now back here in Texas. So a lot to keep up with. If you're just joining on the live stream, thanks for tuning in. Feel free to drop a comment in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from. Also be sure to subscribe to the channel or like us on Facebook wherever you're watching. As we're continuing to track these, we'll be doing, I'll let you guys know, we are planning on chasing here as we get into Sunday afternoon and Sunday evening. So I am planning on being able to do that starting here Sunday afternoon. So currently we've got 3 tornado warnings and 11 severe thunderstorm warnings on the board at this time. No confirmed tornadoes right now. Oh, well, did they update this? Okay, they did update it. Tornado warning remains in effect for East Central Smith and Southeastern Upshur and Southwestern Gregg counties there in Texas. It is now 10 miles northeast of Tyler, moving northeast at 45 miles per hour. Still has a radar indicator rotation, so this is not confirmed, but yeah, still it's honestly lost a little bit of its organization as far as looking at the velocity signature goes. But this is basically coming up here toward the west side of Liberty City, about to cross Interstate 20 here, and then up toward the Gladwater area. So if you are on Interstate 20 between Tyler and Longview, just be mindful that there is a tornadic storm about to cross Interstate 20 here in the next 10-15 minutes, probably 10 minutes I'd say. So again, radar indicator rotation with this, but definitely one that we're going to keep our eye on. This here's kind of become more of a multi-cell cluster as well. So we're starting to see a little bit more of the congealing on some of these storms. A couple of severe thunderstorm warnings. I kind of want to come back up here to this storm. So yeah, this starting to see some more of these severe thunderstorm warnings put out ahead of this line, moving through as the wind damage threat is now going to be taking over again. Still has that tornado possible tag on this warning because this does have that history of producing tornadoes. So they did put a tornado possible tag. Not seeing a ton of rotation here northwest of Vienna. That's kind of where that rotation has been in the past. So could be a brief spin-up tornado still along this line. Can't let your guard down, but especially kind of right here where like that kink is. That's, yeah, where we would see this here, probably near Burcombe. So Burcombe could potentially have a tornado spin up in that area along this line here in Illinois. And then these severe thunderstorm warnings kind of come back southwest through southeast Missouri. And then we've got these storms down here in Arkansas and in Texas. So things are starting to wind down a little bit as we get here later into to the evening. Obviously losing the heating of the day. We're losing some of that instability. But nonetheless, quite an impressive day overall. I want to take a look see where we're at with reports. Oh, also, new tornado watch has been issued. Let me flip this over here. So new tornado watch here for these areas. So this is tornado watch 119. Kind of zoom in a little bit. There you go. So this is for southeast Missouri, far northwest Tennessee, into portions of central Arkansas, down through northeast Texas and northwest Louisiana. This goes until 4 a.m., from 8:50 p.m. till 4 a.m. Risk of tornadoes still giving that high risk, forcing tornadoes only a moderate risk for EF2 or stronger tornadoes, and moderate risk on the severe wind, low risk on those 65 knot greater winds, and then moderate on both severe hail and 2-inch or greater diameter hail. So that's a new tornado watch that they've put out. So a line of occasionally intense thunderstorms with embedded supercells would track slowly eastward across the watch area overnight. Favorable instability and shear profiles will maintain a risk for a few tornadoes along with damaging winds and large hail. So again, unfortunately, another one of those long duration overnight events where the line's not able to advance really eastward. It's just kind of riding off to the northeast. So this stuff that's down here near Tyler, Texas, will just kind of train over these same areas. This is what's causing all of that flooding across much of Arkansas, western Tennessee, western Kentucky. So definitely going to be a long night out there, unfortunately. So, well, that's probably where we're going to wrap this tonight's stream up here as it hits the 10 o'clock hour. But we'll definitely be out throughout the day on Sunday afternoon and Sunday evening tracking severe weather across Georgia. But, folks, make sure, as a reminder, make sure you have a way to receive those tornado warnings. Make sure that whether that's through a weather radar or through something else, that you have something that can wake you up in the middle of the night, if you live in these areas where you see this tornado watch, because we'll continue seeing these rounds after rounds of storm over the next couple of hours. But thank you so much for joining our team this evening. Thank you for myself, Rob, Steven, and everyone else here at Extreme Weather Videos. We're so thankful for you. Be sure to share our page and our YouTube channel. We'll catch you guys on tomorrow's video and our live stream, and we'll continue providing coverage throughout the weekend. So have a great evening, stay safe, and we'll see you guys later. Be sure to experience the extreme with all of us here at Extreme Weather Videos.